Okay, here we are again. It is just MSQ today. Just main story stuff. And it's 10 quests to the next side quest stuff. It's almost like I said yesterday, like I have to take frequent breaks so that I don't just quit playing the game from the main story. Anyway, we'll wait out the music and then we'll get moving. This isn't even the most egregious situation, though, in terms of taking a break from the main story to do side quests, because there's another point later on where we get done with some side quests. We do like 4 main quests, and then the game kind of kicks us out and says, no, go do more side quests so that you can move on again. So, yeah, that'll happen. It's okay, though. I think it'll be fine. If we stay on target, I think we'll be done with the 5.0 story on episode 29, which is a little bit later than the end of Stormblood, but that's okay. And I think we might actually get done in... Like, my estimate is that it'll take between 41 and 45 streams to fully finish everything that I want to do in the game. And 29 will be coming up in, what, like... This is 20, so 23 will be next week, 26, and then 29. Is this 20? This is 20, right? I'm pretty sure this is episode 20. Unless the last one was... No, I'm pretty sure the last one's episode 19. This is 20, yeah, 23, 26, 29, so either stream 28 or stream 29 will be finished with, I think, 5.0, and then it'll be between 41 and 45 streams total, depending on queues and all that stuff, but I think our queues might actually be better this time, because last time we had some difficulties in Stormblood because we were trying to do an alliance raid when a patch that added an alliance raid to the game dropped, and that just didn't really work out too well. So this time we kind of micromanaged it a little better. I'm not going to say the best, because there's still a new alliance raid and we still have to do the alliance raid for this one, but at that point this new one will be a little less than a month old, and we'll do them at the end of the week, so it might actually work out okay in terms of queues. I don't know yet, but we'll see. A lot of people in this game, from my understanding, they queue for the new stuff at the beginning of the week, and then once they've gotten their role for the week and they've gotten their item, they don't do it again, because unless they're like hunting for a minion or hunting for a mount or something like that, because you can't get extra gear. You can only get 1 piece of gear per week when you get gear from an alliance raid, so it might make our queues a little better. Might being the key word. We'll see. Honestly, if I was really smart, I would have waited to do Never Reap and all that stuff until later and just done the alliance raids first, but then again, they put an alliance raid that we already did in the Google Tombstone event, so nobody would have been queuing for it anyway. So we would have been screwed no matter what. Ideally, this way we'll minimize how screwed we are. But like I said, we'll see. First, let's take care of what's right in front of us already, which is Amarang, so... That will be first, and then we'll worry about the rest later. Decided to sit over here because the longer I sat in the bandwagon, the more I felt like I didn't belong. One thing I didn't really get to touch upon last time, I kind of didn't want to say it because of the fact that we didn't know what was happening in the story afterwards, was that touching on Lena's emotional breakdown again, I know people don't really like my opinion on it, but I feel like when you use an emotional breakdown in a story, you need to have it be productive for the character. So it needs to happen. They need to have a crisis of faith, they need to get the character focused for a little while so that they can then get a resolution on that. They can either shrink further in and become even more full of despair, or they can face up to the crisis and move forward with it to develop their character further and allow them to be better than they were and make themselves equal to the challenge. We didn't know at the time, but basically what just happened with Lena's emotional breakdown is she had it, and then she kind of just fucked off away from the story so that we could focus on Thancred and Minfilia again. So I don't think we're going to be getting a resolution on that breakdown anytime soon, if ever. Add it to the list. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, the Stream Edition. Hi, Interceptor. Hi, Confucius. Last time, we made it to Amarang after taking care of the Deltascape. And this time, we're going to finish up in Amarang. So, at least I'm pretty sure we are. This is one of 10 quests we need to do to finish up in Amarang to get to the next set of side quests we're doing. And then we'll go from there. Hey Marie, how's it going? Welcome back. Greetings, welcome to How to Not Write Tone in Your Story. Yeah, precisely. That is pretty much exactly what I just said, and I'm gonna probably mention it again later when Cole gets here to see how he feels about it. I actually don't know if I'm going to or not. I feel like I pretty much got everything I wanted to get on the table with what I just said, so, you know. Etrian Odyssey is horrifying you again. I mean, you keep finding crazier and crazier Eldritch abominations in those mazes. It's starting to get a little bit crazy, I think. I mean, it was already crazy, but crazier, so. Well, no, that's understandable. You're all standing out here under the radioactive sun. It's a wonder that your brains aren't baking. This was already a desert before that happened. That's possible. Magnus can't be the only one who knew how to run the trolley. And how did you stand? That's not really a way of resolving your character development that they're forcing you to do again, but okay, Thancred. I guess. This is not going to go well, is it, Urianjay? Alright, well, you and I can just keep supporting them whatever way we can, I suppose, because that's what we do while we're here. Hey, Lifeblood, how's it going? Welcome back. Yes, hello to the Time Waster. You know what time it is. It's time to waste more time. It's okay, though. I've got time. A bit shaken up. Well, it's good, because I didn't hit him with the sharp end of my knives. Magnus is a drunk, so you know what he already said. Yeah, that would have been nice, but I can't do that to everybody I meet, so... you can do that for me, actually, Jarek. No, not gonna give up on him, but... True. Sounds like a plan. Okay, will do. Thanks, Jarek. Well, at least somebody's taking action around here. Why? You know why, because it gets under your skin. Because you keep reacting to it. That is why. Oh, okay, I guess we only needed to talk to Jarek himself. Little bit? That thing has a golden mark on your map, so you know it's special. It's about on level of the final boss in terms of threat. Has a whopping 1% chance to spawn in one area of that floor. It moves randomly and doesn't turn aggressive. Its marker is the orange sun from the FOE markers of the DS era games. Yeah, that's a pretty big red mark, yeah. Sure, so use the tools right here. Yeah, open the toolbox next to Jarek. Alright. Oh, not you, the EO thing that you stumbled across. Yeah, Marie stumbled across an Eldritch Abomination in Etrian Odyssey. It kind of looked like some of the entities from Final Fantasy XII, now that I think about it, although the one in Etrian is probably a little meaner. And those ones are already pretty damn mean, so... Sure, what do you need to work? Alright, so you need a wrench. Got it. No, you need a wrench. Not a saw. We aren't cutting it out. We're not a sawbones here. Have a wrench. Good. Define entity. So they're these big sphere creatures that are completely composed of a specific element. In one case, it's like, let's say it's a fire entity, which would make sense in a desert like this, and they show up in a desert in Final Fantasy XII. They're just these big balls of fire, like they're a sphere. So like the sphere on the outside, it's like an outer shell, and then inside of the sphere is just a blazing hot fire. And they kind of kill you very, very quickly, especially if you're underleveled. Like, you can kill things while underleveled in Final Fantasy XII, but these are pretty tough. So, is the light-tinted sun really radioactive? I don't think so. I think I just keep calling it that, honestly. Like, it was already something I said, so might as well just keep going with it, you know? You know, if we keep going at this rate, the dancer that's proceeding with the quest there, the one that's back there, might actually be in the dungeon with us today. I'm going to be healing in this next dungeon because we get one of my favorite tools that Scholar gets in Shadowbringers in the next dungeon, and I am very keen to use it, so we will get there. Just not yet. Here, Jarek, have a toolbox. Just throw it at him like a senzu bean. Mid-size wrench! The muscles of my arms are fine, thank you very much. Well, yeah, it's not every day that you suddenly get an assistant, I'll bet. Okay, so what do we got this time? Yeah, might as well light it up, you know? Because the night will return here pretty soon. So what do we need? Some oil? Oh, okay. That's true. Let's sand it down then. We need a rough file. That's true, because in deserts normally, when it gets to nighttime, the temperature drops drastically. So, like, at least you don't have to worry about that every day, you know? Like, I don't think the houses here are very well insulated. Maybe in Mordsuk, because they're made of, like, clay or something, but out here, they're just a bunch of wooden shacks, so, you know. That's not going to keep you warm at night. These people are going to need to, like, trade for firewood or something by the time this is all over with. And also build their houses out of something other than combustible materials. I mean, I already took in the view from the tracks because I got an ether current up here, but I guess the game's going to make me do it anyway. Yeah, that makes sense. Eventually, if you overdo it with your mining, you're going to dig up everything that you can't get out easily. So, did they use the Talos to get the heavier stuff out of here? I imagine they probably had them, like, lug out the heavier stuff, since the Talos are these big automatons made of stone, so. So it was named after furries, got it. There's nothing wrong with furries. I just keep making the joke because they have exclusively introduced furry races into this game since the beginning of Shadowbringers, so. Yeah, that isn't really going to be good for the mining industry now, is it? Oh, okay. They really put their pickaxes away to go eat butt bread and Yule more? Man. I don't think I would have wanted that. Maybe that's why I'm out here and they're in there eating whatever the hell they want. Yeah, okay, so you want me to get rid of the vulture nests then? Well, you're a miner. I mean, I get that. I've got the knives here, Jarek, so I'll be the one to take care of the nests. Alright, come on, Interceptor, come on, Quinfucius, let's take care of a few vultures. Okay, so you probably can fall through if you're not careful. I should tell Cole that when he gets here. I wonder if he's taking a nap. It's possible. He said he might when he goes home. What the fuck is that? Okay, bigger problems to worry about right now than some big thing out there. I don't think I'm gonna use my mug yet. Don't think I need it. We'll use it on one of the other ones. Where did you get that dirt, Confucius? No, you know what? Don't answer that question. I don't think I want to know. Next. Okay, now we can use our mug, I think, because I don't have a trick attack to use. And next time we'll use our Kasats. Get our ice shurikens going. Oh, I already did the mining, by the way, that I was talking about last time out here in the hills. What I needed it for is I needed it for goldsmith materials for the crystarium so that I could make dwarven mithril nuggets. I needed a total of 12 of those. I also need to process this petalite, but I need volcanic tuff in order to process it on a like a whetstone. So we can't get that until we go back to Calusia. It makes me wonder how these dwarven mithril nuggets even exist, because in order to make them you need a crafting material from the source, which is a completely different world, but maybe it's available here. I don't know. I try not to ask too many questions because I'm never going to get an answer to the stuff that I want to know, so why ask questions for stuff I don't want to know, you know? A fucking vulture, stronger than like 80% of sin eaters. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna get to ice shuriken. That's okay. I guess I could have hootoned and then ice shuriken, but oh well. You know, at some point I feel like I should almost like invite people that are doing the quest at the same time as me to a party, but if they're not like on the chat with me or something, it'd be weird because I'd be like making all these notes and stuff and they'd already be done with the cutscenes and they're like, what the fuck is that guy doing, you know? But it would be kind of cool if we saw that dancer that just passed by me on the tracks in the dungeon coming up, because we're both going to do that soon. I wonder if that's a B rank or an A rank worm down there. It's a wonder that it's not getting into it with that debitage next to it. They both have a bit of an economy on dirt. The worm needs it for food and the debitage needs it to exist, so... Kill it to find out. We could go check and see what it is. I mean, I can just hide. Let's see if this takes me back to Twine. If it does, I'll go see what it is. And then if it's an A rank, we definitely will not kill it. But if it's a B rank, we'll be able to kill it, and that would be fine. So... I don't think you get anything for killing B ranks outside of the hunts, though, right? If I recall correctly, I don't think you get rewards. If you kill an A rank, you get rewards, because they never are hunted. They're just kill them when you find them. They're that dangerous, so, you know. Should be one of the B ranks. Okay, gotcha. You're doing your daily prey roulette? Oh, good lord. Well, at least it's not as long as it used to be, so. Still long, just not as long. So, were you born after they left? No, you're a little older than 15, so, yeah. Oh, okay. So did he take him to Yulmore to get him... Okay, never mind. Because I was going to say, if he took him to the Crystarium, his kid probably would have lived, you know. Oh, good, the vultures are back. Yeah, you should get out of here before they descend upon me. Okay, well, they're not descending upon me like I thought. Yeah, breaking. Local ninja gets killed by a dirt worm. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. If it is a B rank, though, I can kill it at this level of strength, so... Am I going to drop on a debitage? No, but I'll probably drop on a rock and break my leg. Geronimo! Ow. Well, I didn't drop on a debitage, but there he is. Worm of the Well. Isn't that a spoiler at this point? Eh, not really. What the hell are you trying to landslip, dude? Go away. Get out of here. No, but seriously, get out of here. What did I say to you? Get out of here. But yeah, it's the Worm of the Well. It's a B rank. You can tell by the little blue symbol next, well, it's more of a green symbol next to his level there. That tells you he's a B rank. If he was an A rank, it would be like orangish, so yeah, there you go. Oh, there's Cole. Yeah, he's passive, so he won't attack me unless I attack him first. Yep. So, Cole, you ready to go in the call? I just did the first quest out of 10, so I'm not too far away. Yes? Okay, good. I will bring you into call. There we go. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Hello, Marie. Hello, chat. Naps are good for the soul.
I had a feeling you were taking a nap.
Only 45 minutes. Not the most badass nap ever. My record is 3.5 hours.
How long does it take for the nap to become just actual sleeping?
Fucking anything more than 4 hours, you're just sleeping.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Lifeblood's also here, he says hi.
Hello.
You found a giant mantis that spawns 1% of the time in Etrian Odyssey. Help.
Mantis.
Good luck. There is sand and a boulder, and all gamers will jump on the boulder to avoid fall damage, because it's higher. Yeah. I guess I have a little more sense, because I know that the boulder could have, like, weird, jagged edges to it that'll cause me to slip and crack my leg open.
The boulder?
Not that guy. Okay, sure, let's go give you a respite from Magnus's griping. Ah, so this is the Talos that you want to try to repair? Yep, it's dead. Like, what am I gonna do? Examine this thing and make a diagnosis? What do I look like, a sage? Speaking of which, can you heal this Talos?
If you insist.
I will try. I will try to heal this.
The damn thing.
I will try to heal this slab of rock and stone with no machinery in it whatsoever.
Let me heal your broken leg.
Yeah, that. It was probably pretty interesting when it was alive. Oh, okay. So maybe it's not as dead as I thought. Urian J, the Talos engineer. I guess if he can't get back to the source, it's a pretty good gig.
Urian J, fixer of things.
That's true. You are a little more familiar with the source golems that are basically the palette swaps of these things, so. Oh, okay, so we just gotta fix the fractures in the ether flow. So where do we get highly conductive mining materials? Let's ask the miner. Oh, speaking of debittages, we gotta go kill them in order to get the ether rocks we need. I guess I don't have to mine it, although hitting it with a pickaxe, it would be kind of funny if you killed it. But this isn't Final Fantasy V, so, you know.
This isn't Final Fantasy V, where having a crafter and gatherer is required to finish the story.
Actually, what I was referring to in Final Fantasy V is that if you throw a gold needle at any stone enemy, they die in one hit. Which is exactly the kind of attention to detail that I want in most games. Don't like how close they look to Dragon Quest golems. Yeah, they definitely do have that look to them, don't they? They're just a little bit off in the color, although I think stone Dragon Quest golems are pretty close to this. So. Alright, well, we gotta go kill 3 debittages to get the fragments, so. Are you on the tracks at this point? Yes, you are.
Yes.
Okay. I will wait for you to get out of... Well, tell me when you're out of cutscene, and then I'll invite you to a party.
Cutscene, hell.
Oh, and this, getting that done unlocks an ether current quest down here from this scavenger called Scavengers, Assemble! So, that's fun. Hey, Cole, Monster Hunter Egg Quest.
Oh god, no.
Why did I use up my trick and my vulnerability up my mug at the same time on one monster? I'm a little bit overkill. Sure, I'll Tenchi Jin. I probably won't get through the whole rotation before he's dead. As I thought.
I am currently in the this scene cannot be skipped hell.
Oh, you can skip that scene? Wow.
Nope.
That sucks. Well, by the time you're done with the scene, the debattages that I'm killing should respawn, so... Come here, you.
This is an unskippable cutscene. Why, God?
Confucius, you want me to stun or you stun? Okay, I'll stun. Because you're regenning me. Good teamwork, buddy. Cole, get the egg. It will solve our problems. By being a good short story.
An egg.
By being a good short story. That talks about life after death. Or wait, that was for Digital Devil Saga, never mind.
Jesus Christ, Nero, shut the fuck up.
I don't know which Nero, but every time I hear somebody say something like that about Nero, I just keep thinking of Dante calling him deadweight.
Bastard called me deadweight!
Yeah, that. I did get the stone from the debattage, and I'm sure Rory will be right behind with a few more just in case these don't work. So.
Oh!
There's also a dancer that's doing the quest with us, so they might end up in the dungeon with us if we keep going at the same rate.
Probably.
That would be cool. I'm healing the next dungeon, by the way, so play whatever you want.
I'll tank it.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm gonna play Black Mage.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Oh
But
my god, why are these vultures so fucking tanky?
That's what Lifeblood was saying. He's like, are you kidding me? These vultures are, like, stronger than 80% of the Sin Eaters we've fought.
Listen, all I'm saying is that this part of Shadowbringers is wasting my time, and honestly, I hate it more than Raktika.
Well, this is why
half the cutscenes are unskippable!
Get into a party with one another so that way we can just kill things at the same time. It's far easier when me and Confucius are helping you.
I'd suppressed the hatred.
He blacked out on this part of Shadowbringers, and it's all coming back now in a flood.
Like a dam opening up.
A festering wound. So the heart of the problem is, well, the heart. Okay, got it. Should we talk to Magnus about it? Because he's still drunk, so I don't think he's going to be very forthcoming. And we're all here to help, so like... See, look, you have a tank, you have a healer, and you have 2 people with knives.
Knife. He wields a knife.
So does Minfilia. I still need to train her to use mudras, damn it! I have to make her distinguished among the people who use knives around here. Jarek may come to regret his next decision. That's the flavor text for this quest.
God, you're speeding through these shits.
These ones aren't.
I'm still on the fucking first quest, bro.
Yeah, these ones aren't too long. It's the cutscenes and the instances that are coming up once we get the trolley working that'll be long. So.
I'm sorry, Cole. I hated Magnus. You cannot have your story have depression and crisis around every corner. I will stop caring after a while. Oh, I agree.
And we just met him, so it's like, okay, man, have a crisis.
Okay,
somewhere else.
listen. Okay, listen. Do you know what this part reminds me of?
What?
Peak Trash Stormblood.
Okay, so like the parts of Stormblood
middle
that you
of fucking
really
Yanksha.
disliked. Okay.
Like middle of Yanksha, dealing with the bullshit tomfoolery, because like everyone in this town. Okay, listen. Everyone in this town wants to help us with the trolleys. We have people who want to help us with the trolleys, but conveniently, the last motherfucker alive has had the most awful, most over-the-top, ridiculous tragedy just happen to him for no fucking reason whatsoever, other than to impede our progress and keep us away from the Light Warden for a longer period of time, because we need to solve his fucking depression before we get taken down.
This is what I sounded like for most of the story so far.
Listen.
These gunblades classify for you as daggers, not swords. Yeah, gunblades are a little bit smaller. They are larger when when the Garleans use them, but they use them with 2 hands, so they modified the ones that are available for characters so that they're with 1 hand.
I wasn't listening.
So.
I was malding Lifeblood.
He was malding, yes. And he will continue to mauld for most of this episode until we get through all of it.
I don't even hate the dungeon from this specific part of the game.
No, the
I just don't like this part of the game because it's literally just... Okay, listen. I was discussing this with SB last night, and he actually agrees with me that if this section was before the attack at Yulmore and actually paced out correctly and didn't have a 1 person barring our progress to actually getting to our goal, then everything would make much better.
Yeah, I think if we went to Yulmore next, like after the whole attack, or if the attack was after Amarang, it would be paced so much better. But there's just so many pace breakers in this section of the story that it sort of kills the pacing, you know? Yeah, I was about to say, the stuff that Jarek was talking about, you could have kind of implied it from what he said, but Magnus's wife was a miner and she died, so...
Because of course the guy has a dead wife and kid, because God hates us progressing.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And despite going through this trauma and drinking for all these years, he's inevitably going to get over the trauma and help us. And if he doesn't, we'll find somebody else to do it while he washes himself away and does nothing. But no, we have to experience all this bullshit.
Yes.
Fucking Yulmore just led an assault on the Crystarium and we're wasting our time in Hamarang.
That's what I'm saying.
We should be kicking down Dothry's front door right now and bodying his ass.
Yep.
She just kept digging deeper and deeper. And then the mine collapsed.
That seems like a very easy way to have the mine collapse. Did she not have like a support system? Like most miners, when they go deep mining like that, they have like ropes and pulleys and a bunch of scaffolding and also a number of other miners with them to make sure if there's a cave-in that somebody can get help. Did she go by herself? That's not really... OSHA would not approve of that.
OSHA doesn't exist in this world.
I'm gonna make it exist in about 5 minutes. I'm a miner. I'm gonna make that fucking thing happen. Better safety for the miners of Amarang. That's what we need. Shadowbringers died for you here just because you cannot take 90% of a story being sad and depression. You get it, bad shit's happen, but damn, the pacing dies here. So, I wouldn't mind it being sad and depression if it didn't feel like a cheap ploy to say, be sad, player. And that's kind of what it all feels like to me in a lot of cases. It feels like there's a big ploy where they're using cheap parlor tricks in the story to try to make the player feel sad because there's a billion people dying and everyone around here has a dead wife or a dead child or no job or that sort of stuff. And it's just like, after a while, you get kind of desensitized to it, you know? And this has been a while at this point, and it's still going, so... Be better on this part if all the townsfolk just didn't trust us and refused to work with us.
Yeah, but that would just be Yanksha 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, Lifeblood wasn't here for when that happened in Stormblood, and it pissed the both of us off anyway, so... Because in Stormblood, that happened 3 times in a row. We went to 3 separate towns in a row, and all of them were like, we won't help you because we want to hold on to our traditions, even though our traditions have been completely killed by this, these people that have colonized us. So.
Oh, 'tis better to wither away and die under the boot of the Imperial Empire than fighting off and doing all this other bullshit because one revolution failed and millions of people died. Like, bro, I get it. You don't want to have a revolution. How about you let us save you instead of being little bitches? Ugh, God.
How are more people depressed in a light apocalypse than any time the Dark Ether was en masse? We should ask all the people that used to live in the Void about that, because that used to be a world, too. Until it turned into a dark hellscape. The dungeon here made you fucking scream. What's wrong with Malika's Well? I don't remember it being... I mean, I remember it being about as comfy as Katana Ravel, so...
What? Oh, you again.
Hello, drunkard.
How many times must I tell you? The trolley won't run! You'd be better off dismantling the damn thing and selling parts for scrap.
Well, about that, actually. We're in the process of fixing your Talos.
Back to wherever you came from. Don't let me catch you around
Yeah,
here
what are you gonna
again.
do, buddy? A fucking drunkard?
You're gonna catch me? I'd actually like to see that. How are you gonna catch me? You can't see in front of your face.
What were their names?
My son was named Scully. My wife, Agna. Being here with them, it beats going home. Home stopped being home when I lost them.
Well, that's understandable. See, the way that they developed Thancred for this section of the game, they kind of needed Magnus to be here because he's sort of a reflection for him. But
Bottle's never deep enough.
again, it just feels like the whole thing is like, why are we wasting time with this? This is a pace breaker. We should be in Yulmore right now. So I wish it wasn't this way, because I feel like if this happened before the Yulmoren attack, this would be a decent section, because we have a guy with a dead wife and a dead kid who's depressed and won't help us. And we have a Thancred with a surrogate child that he doesn't know how to talk to, and he needs to learn before she goes off and does something monumentally stupid and gets herself killed.
You've lost someone too?
See what I mean? A reflection.
Not like you. Not my own flesh and blood. I grew up an orphan, so I never really knew what family meant.
But Minfilia meant a lot to you. The old
Until I met
Minfilia,
a
not
man
this
who
one.
offered to take me in and
Actually,
make
this
me
one
his
probably
pupil.
means a decent amount to you, too.
He was a kindly soul, always looking out for me, like a father. Not that I appreciated that at the time, or anything else for that matter.
You never do when you're young, Thancred. That's a
But I
Goobu.
finally had a family. And then I robbed a young girl of hers.
I don't know if you robbed it so much as you almost died and her family saved you. My understanding was that it wasn't his
I did
fault
my
that
best
her
to make
family
amends,
died.
to offer her comfort.
But I haven't played 1.0, so I
The
don't
more I
know.
look back on it, the more I realize just how inadequate my efforts were. I let her down.
It's funny because
That
Thancred's
is why
having
I
kind of a
refuse to
similar
let her
crisis of
legacy
faith
die.
that Minfilia is at the moment. Because he feels like a failure, even though it wasn't his fault, and Minfilia feels like a failure, even though it's not her fault.
In the end, all we can do is press on, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. And that requires your Talos. Please, Magnus. You are our only hope of reaching Nabarth Areng.
Now let's hope this appeal to reason actually doesn't fall on deaf ears.
Rubbish.
It's okay, Thancred. He needs time to think about it. Let's go continue doing what we're doing and show him the progress, and then we'll get back to him.
She's not gone. No matter what you say or believe, she's not.
I'm pretty sure Heaven's Ward would say otherwise, but okay. In this world, you're quite likely to lose anyone at any time, yes. That is true. There is no
You can still
therapy
bring
for
her
that, though.
back.
Not at the cost of you, Minfilia. I don't know if that's going to tell her what you need to tell her, but it's probably better than opening your mouth and inserting your foot. See, like, I feel like in a vacuum, that scene was pretty good. It's just, again, it takes place during the pace breaker section of the game where it feels like all of this should be happening at a different point in time, you know? So. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't want to mention who you lost during this very game. I actually liked her quite a bit as a character, too, so it's unfortunate. What do I have to mine, Thaf, to go find this stone? Trust me, I'm a level 80 miner with maximized gear. I will find the stone. Except they won't let me do that because I can't play through a story quest as a miner. So. Guthjon. Alright. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, no, I can see that. So I'll go get him. So you're at this point now with me, right? Like, basically, we're in the same cutscene, or...
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just making sure. It'll probably also help that I'm around to help you kill things now, because things around here are going to start to become higher level than you, and because of how accuracy works in this game, if the enemies are a higher level than you, you only have like an 80% chance to hit them. So. We got the lead. Alright, so Thancred's going to join us as well. Awesome. Thancred is tired of waiting around. Understandable. Let's do something about that. New Vise leavings. I don't know if that's how you say that, but there you go. Watch me as I stab anyone all these people care about, because their existence pisses you off. Yeah, that would do a thing, that's for sure.
See, my whole thing. Okay, listen. Okay, I need to clarify something, because it will make sense when I clarify something.
Sure.
Here's the thing. I understand the world that Shadowbringers is trying to go for. This is a world that has been ravaged by Sin Eaters, where most people's families are broken, and it is more, by and large, a pretty decently high chance that somebody has lost somebody.
Yeah.
An eighth of the world's 7/8 of the world's population got eradicated, and the last eighth of it has been ravaged and annihilated and devastated by these heartless creatures.
And they can't really come back from the brink because they keep getting their numbers, and then their numbers are dwindled because of...
Exactly. See, the thing is that I
getting
understand Magnus's plight. I understand everything about it, but it just, okay. If this was being played up as, okay, let's put this into perspective. Let's say we get to this part of the game before all that bullshit with Yulmore happens. The trolley needs to be up and running, but there isn't just one person who can fix it. It's not only Magnus that can fix it. It needs to be a town effort. He's just important to the cause, or whether or not they're just trying to do it. How about we frame it, instead of him being important to the cause, we're doing this because we're trying to give him purpose after he lost his family, and in a way help us along the way so that we don't leave him a depressed mess because we're a good person.
I feel like
We frame this as the town effort
is that.
trying to give him back his purpose, but instead of it being required, it makes us feel like we're helping him because we want to help him, as opposed to he is the only person in the entire goddamn village who knows how the hell this all works. We have to help him.
Yeah.
We should feel like we don't need to help him. We should feel like we want to help him.
That would make me feel more heroic, yeah.
Like, we are playing as the Warrior of Light. We are playing as a badass who wants to help these people come back from the brink. So we frame this as okay, that's the town effort. We show up, everybody wants to help us. There's this one guy that's really fucked up. We really want him to help it because he's a really talented engineer, but all this bad shit happened to him. And then Thancred and him can have an arc together, and then Thancred can fucking finish up his character arc, and Magnus can have his character arc back, and maybe find some solace in everything that happened with his lost family, and maybe try to start rebuilding his life. Perfect. I fixed the whole goddamn arc.
I know how to fix the whole damn arc. Just make it happen before the Yulmore counterattack.
Exactly.
Make
Even
it
if
so
was
the
right after
Graha...
Raktika, it would make sense.
Make it so that Graha doesn't go to Yulmore and piss off Vothri while we're busy in Raktika. He just waits until we're in Amarane to go piss him off. Like, I would still hate him for pissing off the enemy.
Alternatively, here's a fucking... Okay. Here's the other thing that you do to fix it, is you don't have him go fuck around and find out in Yulmore while we're in Raktika. He goes around to fuck around and find out in Yulmore into the precipice of what happened in Raktika, and maybe trying to talk some sense into Vothri, because that was fucked up, everything that happened. Then, you bring in fucking Ranjit and his goon squad, and then you somehow manage to twist it and frame it so that it wasn't just the Sin Eaters causing problems for people in here, and we fully isolate that everyone in Yulmore, specifically Ranjit and a lot of the other bad people in the military here, have not only been using Sin Eaters to fuck with people, but have been actively doing so under the precipice of, well, you didn't come to Yulmore! You deserve to suffer!
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Fix this arc by erasing it. It hurts you a lot.
And then we fuck up all that other shit. Things happen in this arc that are very important to Thancred, which I'll get into when it actually happens, because god, do I have a fucking rant about that.
Oh,
and
boy.
then that's the last strike for Vothri, because then it's first strike was everything that happened in Calusia. Second strike was Raktika, third strike was Amarang, and then he sent the Sin Eaters after us. Because then it's 1, 2, 3. It's a clean fucking break from the story.
It's a roll of threes. 3 strikes, you're out, and then there you go.
Boom! I fixed the entirety of Shadowbringers. I'm a genius.
I don't know if you fixed the entirety, but it does a good job of moving it in the right direction for me.
Why do we need the truck? Oh, Maurice.
I do have a question once we get out of this cutscene, actually. I'll talk about it.
I'm mad because it's like, the game makes it such that it's like, oh, this entire trolley is important, Magnus is important. Like, bro, what are the chances that we get to this village after having to walk our ways over here? The only way to get to the Light Warden is through a trolley that only one guy knows how to fix, and that guy conveniently has a dead family. Like, that is fucked up and pretty realistic for the world, but what are the chances that that's our luck?
And also, he still has depression over it.
Exactly.
So
you fixed this arc fire racing. This arc hurt me a lot.
We can't fly. We could fly if they would let us fly the Amaros wherever we want, but the Amaro keepers don't let us fly the Amaros to anywhere except to another Amaro keeper. They fly in a set route rather than wherever they want, and that's their justification for why we can't fly. It's really fucking stupid, but that's their justification. The entire trolley thing made you Nothing else we can do. Why not use a Talos to open the door? Why do we need the trolley? I got a question, too. After I talk to Thancred, I'll talk about it. I mean, I've dug in caves before as a miner, so I don't know if I need the sun drops, but I guess you can give them to Rory. Okay, cool. Dark Sight. We're looking for a Voberton gold piece. Alright, so you see these things over here, these creatures of rock and stone, these gnomes? Why don't I piss a few of them off and have them run down the tracks to the door that we can't open and just have them slam into the door at full speed? Like, wouldn't that also eventually open the door? I mean, they respawn because MMO mechanics, so I don't see why not. What's with your Griffin, that car? They're not allowed to fly yet. Square Enix says they're not allowed to fly in this zone until I complete the story. So, yeah. I don't like it either, Lifeblood. That's not a justification. That's quite literally what Square Enix's excuse is for not being able to fly in a zone, is you didn't finish the story here yet, so you're not allowed to fly, because if you did, you'd be skipping through the story. And it's like, well then, why can I fly at all?
You know what's sad about all this? All this, like, I've just had a haunting realization.
Okay.
Like a fucking deeply haunting realization.
Sure.
All this crap we're talking about 14. All this shit we're talking about, the issues with the story, everything we have. You know what makes this bad, chat?
What's
like, everything about it? You know what makes it awful?
Sorry, Mr. Talos. What's that?
Do you know what makes this the worst thing ever?
What's that?
Final Fantasy XIV is considered to be the best MMO the game has on the market, and it has enough story elements and enough things about it that make that true. In comparison to Final Fantasy XIV, things like SO and World of Warcraft, they're garbage. Like, they make 14 look like a masterpiece.
That's what the community says, yes.
And I agree with the community.
I'm gonna wait here for you, just in case, so we can
Mostly because I am required by law to hate everything that Blizzard ever produces for the rest of their existence.
I mean, that's just bog standard, honestly. I don't blame you for that one.
Like, World of Warcraft is complete garbage, and it makes 14's story look like a masterwork of writing, which occasionally 14 has its moments where it is. And SO, like, I don't know.
I played Elder Scrolls Online for a couple of weeks, and the community was already about as toxic to me for having any opinion of the game other than it's the greatest thing since sliced bread and fuck you otherwise. So, like,
the
they
real
already
truth
had
of this
that
stream
opinion
is
of me
form your own
in 2
opinions
weeks,
on things,
so.
regardless of what other people say about it, and don't get caught up in fandoms because they will rip you to pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was all the way over there, so I got it. Here you go. Square Enix's excuse for progression is that you didn't do the story we wrote, so you get nothing. Haven't been to Garlemald, 25% or so of Endwalk, you literally cannot get better gear. Hero should save as many people as he can, but he should save the world first. Yeah, that's my thinking, actually, so that then I can go home and let all the other heroes save the other people. No, both, the writers maybe. On that note, most MMOs don't focus on the story. That's true.
Yeah, they focus on the grind.
Yeah, because it keeps you playing for longer.
Which is why I like 14, because the grind is not as awful, and the story is actually competently put together occasionally.
It was easier with your Sundrops to find this Foberton gold piece that we need so that Guthjon can stop wasting our goddamn time. We need Leonine, by the way, which I could probably find on Miner, like, right away by just using Truth of Mountains, which is a skill that lets me see hidden mining nodes. But the game can't assume that you played as a miner, so they force you to interact with this Guthjon guy who conveniently dropped a Voburton gold piece in the mine and will not tell you where the Leonine is until you go get it for him. So, time wasters.
Fun.
Well, no, that's good, Thancred. Being extra prepared for stuff is why everybody keeps telling you to go be a spy in Garlemald, so... yeah. It wouldn't have worked out for you very well.
Hey, you want to hear some nonsense?
What?
I can only turn this quest in when everything is at 77.
So is it a level 77 quest?
Yes.
Mm.
This turn-in is 77.
I had a feeling this was going to happen eventually, where your levels would start to impact what you can do. It's unfortunate. Guess we gotta go do pixie quests with you.
Help. God, help.
Here's your Voburton gold piece. Don't worry about me finding what I'm after, Guthjon. I'm a pretty damn good miner. Even when I'm off the class. And then there's Mabinogi, which is where the game's original tagline was your fantasy life instead of your anime life, where the story is entirely optional. Everything is optional. You get the initial cutscene for G1, and you don't have to go further. You can do them out of order. You can do G9 first, which you recommend. There you go. For that purpose, on that, since this is a story, MMOs, this is the shittiest MMO since it had one job, the story, and it fucked that up. Incidentally, speaking of MMOs with a story, I've been on kind of a Star Wars kick lately. I was thinking about trying Knights of the Old Republic finally, for the first time.
Bro, let's go.
So maybe I'll go do that. I know there's a Star
Wars
Wars
Knights of the Old
MMO
Republic
made
with
by...
you because I want to.
Yeah, I know there's a Star Wars MMO that was also made by BioWare, so maybe I'll try that. I think that happens after Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, though, so I'll probably play those first and then maybe try the MMO.
Oh yeah, BioWare made those games.
They did.
Maybe I should play them.
Yes, because they're good. This gnome is... yeah, I was going to say. Good
I
to see
don't
one
give
of
a
us.
fuck.
The time for talking is over. It's time to run.
Why aren't you sprinting?
Because I didn't aggro him, so I don't have to. Also,
I
you
always
can
wanted to
Peloton.
play a Star Wars game where the option is actually fucking,
Also, you can Peloton.
not Sith
There
or
you go.
just fucking,
Hey, look, Confucius
not
got
Sith or
an
just
outspeed.
fucking Jedi. I
Yeah,
want to play a Grey Knight,
I think
goddammit.
if I remember
That's
right,
the optimal fucking choice
if I
in
remember
any Star
right,
Wars game.
the MMO lets you play as either a Jedi, a Sith, a bounty hunter, or a smuggler. So there's like a bunch of different options. The Old
Based.
Republic, that's it, yeah. So Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 are the single-player games that came out in like 2005. And then the Old Republic is the MMO. Yeah, there you go. This is a JRPG with MMO elements, that's your opinion. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what they're going for. They're trying to do the best of both, and by trying to appease both JRPG fans and MMO fans, they're appeasing only the MMO fans because they have low standards. I am after Leonine Guthjon, so where do we find it? Yes, there was actually one immediately outside of town not too long ago. Oh, they're knockers. Okay, so they're like doblins. Got it. Or coblins. They're not really worms so much as they are like six-legged rock creatures. They look like six-legged hermit crabs, actually. So I don't know if worm is the correct technical term. Your healer was a first-timer in Prey. Everyone except you died to Gaius' ultimate. You finished him off solo. Nice. Congrats. That's fun. That's okay. The healer's learning, I hope. Unlike that Lancer I got in the leveling roulette that just spammed Disembowel exclusively. There are 2 lightsaber classes and 2 gunner classes for both sides, and all 4 of them have 2 specializations for each of them. Yeah, that sounds like a BioWare game. So there you go, Cole. It's time to try the Old Republic.
listen, okay? I like Star Wars. I grew up on Star Wars. And the fact that the movies have never, or even like any media outside like the books or the video games have never tackled just how badass the Grey Knights are, I don't think you understand. They are the most underutilized fucking thing I've ever seen in the Star Wars universe.
I don't even know what they are, so that's how underutilized they are.
So I want you to imagine, okay, so Jimmy, do you know, you've seen episode 3, right? You've seen all the prequels and like all the movies, right?
I haven't seen episode 9. I heard it was shit. I think I saw episode 8.
I have opinions.
I've definitely seen episodes 1 through 7. I know that much.
Okay, so you know how Anakin was struggling with the whole Jedi are fucking like goody two-shoes dipshits because he wanted to fall in love with somebody?
Yeah.
And you know how like the Sith side it always attracts people because they've got all the crazy ass powers and shit?
Yeah.
I want you to imagine the best of both worlds where you get all the crazy batshit powers of the dark side and also the good shit on the light side. That's basically what a Grey Knight is. You basically say, fuck the corruption of the dark side and fuck the stringency of the Jedi. I'm just gonna do my own thing and run around with 2 lightsabers.
So you're like a neutral, quote-unquote Jedi.
Exactly. The Force is a singular entity as opposed to 2 sides. You control both sides equally.
So it's just
which is why it's so
it's
fucking
just
cool!
a matter of power and if you use it responsibly or not. Got it.
Correct. You can't, like, do any of the crazy shit with the dark side, like create force storms or fucking bring people back from the dead, but...
Run.
Run.
Like, run further into the cave. There are 3 enemies after you. Run further into the cave.
Oh, I'm okay.
Oh, look, I'm not standing in this AoE. Are you sure you're okay? Oh, they gave Confucius accuracy down. That's it. You're dead.
Disassembled. I disassembled the gnome.
Good. Okay, I put the smoke bomb up. I don't know if you have to do it too. Probably.
I do too.
Okay. Only lightsaber user you care about are General Grievous and the Mandalorian Jedi. Oh, yeah, which the balancing it, using it responsibly is something the Jedi should do. You can't balance the Force by overly massively using the light side. Yeah,
that's the reason why the Jedi Order fell.
Too much of one will definitely unbalance in the opposite direction. So, the main reason you hate the Jedi.
Okay.
That's fair.
Listen, okay. I still stand by that quote for the Mandalorians. Oh, you can block these laser shots? Okay, catch this buckshot. I don't remember where I heard that quote, but it's the best fucking summarization of the Mandalorians I've ever seen.
Oh good, you got through the
Why the fuck are there so many goddamn enemies in this shitty goddamn cave?
Because Square Enix doesn't respect the idea that when they want you to do puzzles, you shouldn't have to deal with enemies at the same time. Like, even Golden Sun got that right, and that came out in, like, 2001. Come on, now.
In my defense, okay, in this game's defense, to play devil's advocate for, like, 10 seconds, because I've been shitting on this game all stream, they don't do this in Endwalker anymore. They learned their lesson.
Only took them 10 fucking years. And it also,
shit,
like pisses me off. Oh, I did it this time. Well, we're gonna run from this one.
That's because the fucking enemy placement in this cave is made perfectly such that you will always run into these goddamn gnomes and have to kill them because Square Enix doesn't give you enough XP to just level off of doing up the fucking quests.
And let's remember, this is in the expansion where 90% of the world is dead and you're trying your hardest not to kill as many things as possible so you don't cause an extinction level event, but they don't think that you care about that because, duh, it's an MMO. The enemies will respawn in 90 seconds. An extinction level event can't happen. And it's like, no, that's a mechanical reason for that not happening, and that ruins my immersion. Goodbye, gnome. Oh, look, another one.
Like, this gnome is specifically placed so that you cannot interact with that crevice unless you kill it.
Yep.
Watch.
I heard some rumbling. There's rubble right here. And here he comes again.
You see what I mean?
Yep. Okay, your fight is with me now, sir. I don't think I can do that. Boy, I should use Horizon here. Oh, never mind, he's dead. I never use
All the
Horizon.
fucks I give.
Look at all the fucks I give as I reassemble my drill. Incidentally, since you have a drill, why can't we just use that to go mining? Oh, they're cute! Oh, my speed was too low to set them on fire. Oh, there's more!
And now we have to do that 7 more times.
6, actually, but the same difference. There's none that way. We are fighting teeny tiny little rock hermit crabs, although they called them rock worms. So, too small for you to see. I'll see if I can zoom in on them when we find them this next time. Okay, the gnome went in the correct direction. So, that's what they look like. It's kind of hard to see, but that's what they look like. I wish I could, like, shine a flashlight on them or
Especially with
something.
me firing 7.62 at them.
Yeah, well, that too.
Like, why do we need to kill 3 of these?
Why do we need to kill 21 of these? Because there's 7 inspecting points.
Game really out here just trying to waste my damn time again.
In the Starkiller arc, Jedi Master Shakti overflooded a planet with the light side force, and we return later and that planet is hard corrupted with dark side force, which twisted the planet hard. Good job breaking it, hero.
Don't care, don't care, still don't care, don't care,
I don't care. So, are you on 77 on Black Mage?
Machinist and Black Mage, yeah.
Okay, so at least you're on it under DPS, so you can go from there. Once again, why don't I just hit these things with a pickaxe and instantly kill them? I'm stuck. There. I'm not stuck anymore. Do you like the battle music? I just think it's a little jarring compared to the the kind of radiant music, because the radiant music is very chill in a lot of these areas, and then all of a sudden it's just like right in your yeah, like that actually. Oh, you're doing one of the rebels. Okay, I went over here to do this rebel, and I can't actually do this rebel until we're done with that rebel. So I'll be over there in a sec.
No, Nate, I got it.
Okay. There we go. That's 4. I was gonna say, take a wide arc there because of that gnome, but looks like he looked away.
Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care.
You will in this
Listen,
case.
the
'cause
sooner
in the
that we're
same
out of this
room.
fucking area and through the dungeon, the happier I'll be. Because after this, Shadowbringers actually decides to be competent.
That's debatable, but that's the point. At least
Okay,
it's
I
debatable.
like the story.
Okay,
this
so
point.
but here's my thing, right? Okay, at least it's debatable whether it's good or not, rather than it just outright we agree. No, it's bad.
Listen, you know it's bad when me and Jimmy agree. We don't agree
Oh,
on
good
shit when it
lord.
comes to this game. I don't even hate this revisit to Amarang. I don't hate that they split up some of these areas. Do you know what I do hate?
I mean, your time is wasted.
Okay, listen. Here's what you do. Here's what you do. Okay, so first time you come to Amarang, you get a whole bunch of ether currents. You get a whole bunch of ether current quests, but you're like 1 field ether current off of being able to fly in the main area. You come back, and on your second visit, you go into the second entrance, and it's right there. So that way you could bounce between the 2 sides and not have to worry about it and explore the entire map. But no, they don't want to break their story progression. Like, listen, if you really want to fucking make it such, then how about you actually incorporate the system of flight into how we get around this place? Maybe
would
that's
be
how we end
nice.
up finding the thing. Maybe we use our mounts and we're like, oh, we still can't find it, so we have to go off and find another way, which is the trolley and shit. Like,
It would be nice if they, like, incorporated flight into it and said, no, this is why you can't do it, you know? Oh, I can dote on this. There you go. I had a brain fart for a second. Alright, we got the rocks we need. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh, look, we're almost at the entrance anyway. Just run, because we're almost at the entrance. So.
Full in Navi voice. Hey, listen.
Hey, Shadowbringers, listen. Stop being bad.
You know what the worst part is?
I can't play devil's advocate if you're just bad.
You know what the worst part is?
What?
This is how I felt for the entirety of Stormblood. Like, how hard I'm malding right now, this is how mad I was at Stormblood.
Yeah.
But the entire expansion.
Well.
God, I need a drink, bro. Start showing up to these streams not sober.
Just get some Baileys. You know, again, if the game accounted for the fact that I was a minor, we could sift through all of this pretty quickly. So. That gnome had a cake. I'll agree with you, I guess.
This about
I don't know.
Philia.
I don't look at rock ass.
But prior to founding the Path of the 12, long before the Scions, she was something of a minor.
Yeah, you mentioned that before.
After her father died, Flamine took her in and taught her the trade.
Oh, okay.
I think they were both seeking to fill the void left by a loved one.
Probably.
Maybe that's why she took to it so readily.
Because if I remember right, Philomene's son died or something, right? I forget. I haven't thought about
Back in those
Philomene's story
days,
in a
I spent
while.
most of my time in the quicksand, or some other tavern, loosening tongues and gathering secrets. Occasionally, I'd catch a glimpse of her in the street, on her way home after another hard day's work.
So, when you're saying you spend time in the quicksand, you didn't spend time in the quicksand on Balmung's server, right, Thancred? Because, no, actually, even if you did, you're pretty well adjusted from what you would have found there, so never mind.
I always felt a wave of relief when I saw she'd come back safe,
Jimmy.
along with a pang of guilt.
Never go to the quicksand on Balmung's server. You will not come back out.
Simply speaking with her more than once in a blue moon would have been a good start. But I could never bring myself to do it. Instead, I threw myself into my work and became every drunkard's best friend.
That sounds like me during most of Stormblood. So it wasn't your finest hour, is what you're saying. Not trying to be a dickhead, but that's what it sounds like.
Far from it. And Flamine has never let me live it down.
Of course not. She dotes on both of you like a mom. What does Cole think of the Celtus
That was
Queen?
a lifetime ago. Here and now, I have another chance to do things right.
It's not something that I recall.
It again.
Oh, okay.
Hey, come and see what I found. You're not going to believe this.
I'm gonna believe it because I was a minor, so of course we found the Leonine. Could have been a lot easier if I would have done this on minor.
Tell
I
me
could have
it's
walked in
Leonine.
there. None of the fucking gnomes would have attacked because I have sneak. I mean, I have sneak on ninja, but I can't account for, you know, Cole being on machinist and not having hide, so.
It is at that. You lot were born lucky.
Again, I'm just a
It's
minor man,
mostly
that's how I
broken
know.
Pieces. But look at this.
This
It's
is
so-
a fine specimen.
I was gonna say, it's so large of a piece, it jumps off of Thancred's hand and into the air, but that's just his gunblade on his back.
It's been decades since we found anything approaching this big. But that's not all.
Okay.
There's an engraving on it.
I remember this part. You want to talk about convenience? Listen to this.
Ah, these scratches here. They're a little hard to make out. To my beloved Magnus and Schoolie.
Oh my god. What the fuck? Okay, so we have a man who has a dead wife and kid. He's depressed, he's drunk, he won't help us. We go to the mine to try to find what we need to get to the heart of the problem with the Talos and just skirt around him. And what should we so happen to find? Not only do we find the material that we need, we also find the very piece, the very chunk that his wife died trying to get. She engraved this with her dying words. Let's just move on, please. Well, what do you know? That is some bullshit.
What a gift to Magnus from his wife. She found it.
Whiskey, anyone? I'm
How
passing
the
the bottle
fuck?
around.
Found it.
How the actual fuck?
She must have spent her final hours carving this message into the stone, in the hope that he might see it one day.
And like, okay, this is supposed to be like an uplifting thing after all of the depression that the game just threw at us and desensitized us to it like a fucking news network covering a war.
Those rock-backed bastards must have made off with it before we could clear a path to her.
But it just reeks of bullshit. It just reeks.
Brought you here to find this stone.
Why is...
No
Can we just
other
delete this part
explanation.
from the game?
Can we just
Like-
delete like 90% of Shadowbringers from the game? Can I just go with Gaius and Estinian to Garlemald and destroy the Black Rose factories? Please? I feel like I'd be much happier over there. We'd get to do the Tower of whatchamacallit, the level 84 dungeon earlier, so I could listen to its kick-ass music.
You me admitting that the music's good in this game?
Okay, so I don't have a problem with the musical composition in most cases. I have a problem with its choreography and in the toxic relationship that the composer has to his work. But we're not there yet. That's a rant for a different day. So I wouldn't believe it. I still don't believe it, Guth John. Sure. I will let him know so he can have his crisis completely resolved by a plot MacGuffin. Alright, now tell me Thancred's not going to stop off like halfway to town or something. So we don't have to like walk there, we can just teleport back. He's in Twine, so we can just teleport straight to Twine, okay. We're finally out of the caves! Remind me again, what is stopping us exactly going to the Fat Senator's Palace and kicking his ass? My friends don't know he's the Light Warden yet. That's what's stopping us. And also Square Enix.
God knows how the
being
hell
a
we
butt.
haven't figured it out yet!
And also Square Enix being a butt about it, so, you know. Like, what else could he be?
Bad. See, it would have been more surprising if he wasn't the Light Warden.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
That he was just some
Ooh.
fat fuck.
Those look kind of cool. Ooh, they've got sword catchers on them. I don't know if those really match my outfit, but they are kind of cool looking. Yeah, like, look at the little forked section. You can use those to catch someone's sword, and you do that with one dagger, and then you stab them with the other one. I might hold on to those, actually. Huh. I won't be holding on to these pants, though. I'm gonna go get rid of them right now before we go into the cutscene. What does stop us from killing the fat fuck? Like, just killing human him. All kinds of bullshit. Like, you won't believe it until you see it. You literally won't believe it till you see it, because we're going to Calusia, which is where he's at next in the story after all this is over. And you literally won't believe it until you see it. So, and then Marie and I can both start mauling about the mistake that they make in that area about underutilization of a reference, because we both
Spoiler
played
alert,
Final Fantasy
everyone.
V. So,
Spoiler alert, everyone. I'm gonna be playing Devil's Advocate from this point onward after we're done with this hellhole.
yeah, good luck with that one. You'll have Marie and I to contend with when we start talking about the underutilization of Ronka. You'll get no
I'm still
sympathy
vindicated
from
about
me.
the. I'm still vindicated. The chat was on my side with the whole situation after the attack on Yulemore. I got one this stream.
Now, it's fine, okay? Like, there needs to be some back and forth, because that's the point of this whole stream. There needs to be discourse. Discourse is healthy for the life of a game. Okay, and that's what we're really trying to prove in this particular situation, is that it's okay for one person to have one opinion and another person to have the polar opposite. That's healthy for a game's lifestyle, but this game doesn't really have that kind of discourse because it gets silenced before it can really take off. What, a 1 meter high wall? No, nothing that stupid, but there is some bullshit that happens. So...
If it was a 1 meter high wall, Lifeblood, I would descend into madness.
We're being blocked by a visible plot wall! It's normally invisible, so that's a step backwards. Yeah, no, don't go make me look for more Leonine Thancred. I mean, I could. I have Minor at level 80, but don't make me go look for more. A 1.3 meter high wall. Let's just keep building the wall up. Technically speaking, we are blocked from the second half of Calusia right now by a wall because it's up on the cliffs on the north half of Calusia and the elevator doesn't work to get up there yet. So, technically speaking, a wall is blocking us, but it's a much larger wall than 1.3 meters. It's probably closer to like 70 meters. Maybe a little more. I can't really... It's hard to judge distance sometimes in this game, honestly. So... Because, like, my character's 2 meters tall, so would it be 15... No, it'd be more than 35 of me. So it's a little taller than 70 meters. There's more Aether Current quests here, by the way, as well. Vain Pursuits and Charmless Man are available. So
Good.
We'll be working on those later. Not in this particular stream. Let's give the Talos back his heart. Yep, we have the Leonine. Magnus gave it up despite it having his wife's dying message on it. So. Well, this Sentinel will be here long after all of us leave, so might as well let him get his life started. Maybe he'll find a new purpose after he stops pushing the carts around. Maybe he'll self-actualize like the Void Scent that are self-actualizing by the hundreds back in the source.
Preparations for the enchantment are complete. When the
Let me remind you all about the collection of riding creatures you have. Yes, that is true.
The golem should be restored to life.
The ones that Square Enix won't let us use. I mean, I can get on the mount. It just can't fly.
All right then. Whenever you're ready.
Let's see it spring to life. Let's hope it doesn't have like a directive when its master is dead to kill everything around it. That'd be unfortunate. Sure you don't want me to power him up there, big guy? I've got like 3 Light Wardens, 2 Light Wardens inside of me at the moment. I could probably spare one. Oh, never mind. There he goes. Then again, if I powered up a Talos, it would probably turn into a Sin Eater, so maybe not.
It's working. It's working.
It lives! It's alive! Him going mad would be content, that's true. Or actually, I think it's not content, that's content as in happy. He would be content. He's like, this is my purpose now. I chose it. None of you.
You left me for this? This wretched heap of stone and rubble?
You mean the plot device that will get us to where we're going? Yes. Well, at least your wife isn't, like, in there, Magnus. This isn't Bionic Commando.
This worthless pile of earth? And yet,
I can't dismantle it with my bare hands because these travelers need their help. Yeah, content, as in, like, content, happy. I think. Minfilia is not content, so... Look, man, if you miss her that much, then jump off that cliff there. Do NPCs in this game take fall damage?
Jesus Christ, Lifeblood, straight for the
What
throat.
troubleth thee,
Fuck.
child?
I shouldn't be here. I don't deserve to be.
Damn.
I don't deserve any of the things you've done for me.
Right in the middle of Minfilia's blue screen of death.
Helpless and hopeless. If tomorrow came and I was gone, it would be better for everyone.
That is not true, child. Stop talking like that. Urian J, enlighten her,
Thank God
please.
most of all. He'll never admit it, but I can see it in his eyes.
Yeah, as in game content. Okay, it would be content. That's true. Because then it would rampage through the town, and these people would have more to worry about than their depression.
He hates me, that he wishes I was dead so that she could return.
None of this is thy doing, child.
I wonder if I should make that the thumbnail.
You should. It's one of the best scenes here.
I actually
Listen.
really like this scene, honestly. Like, I think this is one of the best scenes in this X-Pack, honestly. And look, it involves Urian J.
Who set the oracle on her path unto the first. I, who condemned you all.
Damn,
to suffer
it's
these
almost like...
torments. 'Tis my sin alone, and one that will haunt me unto my dying
That's the joke.
day.
It's almost like the person who wrote Urian J actually understood his character. And the fact that he got nothing other than the fact that he literally caused Minfilia to come here to halt the flood of light.
Of fates, interwoven and inseparable. And we who strive to better it cannot choose but make difficult decisions. For naught of worth was ever achieved without sacrifice. And thus must man ever struggle to weigh life against loss.
Boy, I wish everyone had that thought process around here. Wish you could tell the captain this too.
The one for whom thou mournest beareth no grudge. Were she here, she would not suffer thee to languish in sorrow. She would tell thee to seek thine own path, thine own purpose. It is a truth which I myself was slow to learn. Yet a truth it remaineth.
I mean, your girlfriend would have told you the same thing, but... her and Minfilia are sharing a space
Thou
right
needst
now.
but have faith. Have faith, and all will be well.
Just think, Gideon Emery could have voiced those lines, and he would have been an even better voice actor than I already think of him. The voice actor for Urian J does a really good job when they have him wax like this, though. You should go to her, Thancred, so Urian J doesn't end up being her dad. You should be her dad. Well, actually, you should both be her dad, but, you know. She needs you, man.
Not today.
So when? When she's halfway to becoming Minfilia? The real Minfilia? Who's not Minfilia, she's actually the Mother Crystal, but, you know. Speak proper English, please. I can barely understand that. He basically said it all right at the end. You need to have faith. And if you have faith in our cause, all will be well in the end. So, meanwhile, in the Crystarium... oh good, he's using the mirror for the purpose that he should be using it for. Guess that's a trolley problem. Have Minfilia do her thing and eventually save the first, screwing her and tons of girls who would harm Minfilia's soul, or do nothing and let the entire shard die. Or we could do the third path where we steal Eomor an airship from Calusia and then take it here and sneak in under their noses and kill the Light Warden.
Imagine being able to accomplish that.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Should have been what we did.
Dies inside.
Luck happened a few seconds ago. Did we drop any frames, or...? Oh, you're talking about him looking at what happened a few seconds ago, I think. Okay. Oh, your brain. Okay. No, it's fine.
Oh, to the tediousness of our hero's present endeavors. That and the insufferable abundance of light in Armorang. I should be glad to keep my distance.
Yeah, that's understandable, because there's really literally no place to hide out there. For someone like you.
I'm rather fond of sleep, you know. It's a wonderful way to pass the time.
Cole, do you feel a little bit of kinship at this point?
Emmett's the best character in this expansion. Changed my mind.
Not that my compeers would agree, mind you. Always on the move, the lot of them. Like La Hebrea, constantly jumping from vessel to vessel.
I think he's up there for me. I don't think he's number one. I think Urianger's number one for me. But
Urianger is very based.
Such fire, such determination. So much passion, fleeting and forgotten.
reminds you of home, doesn't it? Your real home.
Come to think of it, Exarch, I don't believe I've ever seen you retire to your chambers for so much as 40 winks. However do you keep your eyes from closing?
That's the thing, Emmett. He doesn't. He just takes off the hood. I don't! And his eyes are just like blood red because of the Allegan eye.
Everybody loses their fucking minds.
Alright, Graha, you can tell him, you know.
Interactions you curiously refrain from sharing with the Scions and their champion.
Oh, how long have you been speaking to Emmett now, Graha? Hmm?
And risk souring your budding relationship? I think not. Much as I dislike you, there are more useful targets for his energies. And I'm not in the habit of pointing him at my enemies like a weapon.
Really? Because I could be convinced otherwise. What you'd love is for this story to be over overall.
Fond of him, are you?
He literally doesn't make a decision unless I made that same decision, Emmett. What do you think?
You continue to fascinate me, Exarch. But tell me, who are you?
How do you not know it? Never mind, actually. Emmett, you weren't there for the Crystal Tower raids. You wouldn't know who he is. I could say Graha Tia all I want around Emmett, and he wouldn't know where to go with it.
This tower was shaped by my hand. As such, I know full well the wonders it can facilitate, and those it cannot. There is nothing in these walls which could have aided you in summoning our dear friend across time and space.
It's a good thing the MacGuffin that did aid him in summoning us across time and space is currently somewhere that Emmett is not. What is it? You'll find out.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
More like in 10 episodes.
I see. You had a hand in Alag as well.
He did. He founded the Allegan Empire, like, 3,000 years ago.
You would know what I am.
Can we go back to Omega? Soon, Lifeblood, very soon.
Adjudicator of the sacred history with which you dared trifle.
Oh yeah, I forgot to talk to First Rory about Omega. I'll tell you about that when we get out of the cutscene.
Oh.
This tower's boundless wisdom.
Because I still don't know how to contact tech support.
Of everywhere and nowhere. The great work of those who tamed the wings of time and grasped the nature of the rift.
Actually, the people who built the Crystal Tower didn't grasp the nature of the rift. They grasped the nature of the void. Key difference. The rift is a completely different place in this universe. Unlike in Final Fantasy III.
Of sacrifices yet unmade.
Or 5.
The parting gift of brave heroes who will one day give their lives for a brighter future.
I think Zand would disagree with you, but okay.
I will not see their hopes and dreams squandered. The history which led us here will be unwritten. I promise you that.
Let's not forget that Emmett didn't really have a hand in writing the history that, you know, led us here. He kind of just fucked off and came over here. So, you missed Dragon Ball. People literally had to get creative to solve their problems. Techniques like the solar flare had meaning. Remember when other techniques had power outside the Kamehameha and the Spirit Bomb? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was my childhood. That's why I like Tournament of Power at first in Dragon Ball Super. They couldn't fly. They had to get creative. It was nice kind of going back a little bit to it. It was nice when people outside the Saiyans could do stuff, too. Because everybody felt like they were on an even playing field and they could use their own ingenuity,
well,
you know?
It seems we're both eager to fulfill our duties, then.
I guess so.
On that much, we are in agreement.
If that isn't a soft goodbye, then I don't know what is. And there's the cold shoulder again. Okay, so an interdimensional robot that may or may not have helped us save the world from Shinryu sort of kidnapped me to the Rift after Raktika and forced me to fight in a tournament. And also he gave me this text notification looking thingy, which tells me when he's going to have new fights. But he summoned the auspice version of you into the Rift instead of the real you. So how do I contact tech support so that he doesn't do that again?
What?
See? That's what I thought. I'll give you the text thingy so you can maybe hook him up and tell him that he summoned the wrong you. He seems eager to move on, but that gives him an excuse to not talk to Minfilia, so I don't know. Well, you can do all you can, but in the end, he's got to be the one to make that, have that talk with her, so. Okay, we got to go to the Botha Ring. So let's go talk to Magnus and get ourselves moving, shall we? Because we have a lot to do still today. Full steam ahead.
It's gonna be another fucking...
Here's the part that I said would take like an hour last time. Because there's like a billion cutscenes and an instance in this quest. And it's not one of those instances that's short because I'm the playable character. No, they got to do something else with it. Krillin and Roshi got KOs. That's impressive since Dragon Ball seemingly forgot the fucking other races exist. Yeah. Yeah. Next time on Dragon Ball... Ah! Just everybody powering up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 episodes. That sounds about right. They're here in spirit, Magnus. I'm sure of it. You'd probably be able to see them, too, if we could see the night sky. Don't worry, Cole. I'm too lazy to spam today. Alright.
Oh, thank God, because I'm too sleepy to deal with that shit today. Listen, I don't think you understand, Lifeblood. I don't think you understand. I'm not encouraging you. This is not anything. This is a threat. I am so tired. I will just ban you.
Oh,
I will unban you after the stream is over. I will just fucking be like,
man,
no, not today.
Cole's having none of it today.
Listen, I'm already. Listen. Playing this game, this specific part of this game is torture enough.
There you go, Lifeblood. All you have to do now in order to piss Cole off is remind him of Amarang.
Amarang. It's like my fucking sleeper agent word.
Berserk button.
You just say that and I go feral.
Well,
oh,
now you tempt me. Stretch break. Now you tempt me hard. Okay, so where's the control box at? Take those curves smooth, boys! Thank you for not being a drunken mess, Magnus. We appreciate the assistance, even if it came 8 quests too late.
Excuse me. Sorry, I had pesto for lunch.
Ooh, nice. I'll spell it for you, Lifeblood, here. There you go. That's the proper spelling right there. So the H is silent, and so is the AE is like a ancient Greek AE where they're like together in one letter, and then the H is silent. So. Well, she can't exactly use the practice cartridge. She's not a gunbreaker yet, so.
I'm not even sure what it'll do.
After so many charges, I don't really even know what it'll do. Oh, it'll do a lot, Reen. Or Minfilia, sorry, I said it again, god damn it. It'll do a lot, don't you worry about that. Did you get a practice cartridge? You missed that. Yeah, it's the reason why, spoiler alert, Thancred can actually win the next instance. He's the one we play in the next instance, so. Okay, off we go. And in about 45 minutes, it won't matter that I'm spoiling the name, because we'll just know her name outright at that point anyway, so. Oh, good. We
The
have to walk
next
along.
instance almost made me rage quit.
We have to walk along the tracks all the way back to that place you don't like.
Hell.
Actually, we're going to hell on the trolley in about 2 minutes, but, you know. Oh, good. You're going to catch up to me now. And you gave Confucius extra speed as well. That's nice. This next instance almost made you rage quit. They insulted you. Nice tactician. Cole and I are both in mutual agreement that the next instance has one major flaw on top of probably a bunch of other flaws. And we'll talk about it when we get there. Who's on the tracks now? Somebody's AFKing up here.
Hey, see, the worst part is, I like the next instance, but it has one gigantic, glaring flaw.
We'll talk about it once we get through it. Do you spam or not spam? That is the question. Sure is. It's okay. Figure out how you feel like answering it. I won't stop you. Cole might, but I won't. Oh, and by the way, they don't just like stick the trolley right here at the entrance so you can just talk to them and move on. You have to go through all the enemies again, so follow me. In order to get to the proper trolley. Hang on, let me see where it is on the map real quick. Oh, there's a coyote right in front, so... It's not too far away, actually. Oh, look, he looked away from you. How convenient. I taught her well. We are, in fact, finally going to Amarang. Or Nabatharang. We're in Amarang. Kid, don't worry about it. Just be yourself with her. That's all she would want. I know you've barely had any time to ever be yourself, but you have some time on the cart to think about that, so we'll be there to help. Alright, so off we go. And as you can see, there's an instance that will happen according to the fact that Magnus has the golden glow. They literally had Thancred remember that scene that makes his entire part of Thancred's arc invalid. Why? Why would you do that? The same scene you were screaming about in Elmeg. Why the literal fuck? You know that I won't stop you, but Cole will. Yeah, that's probably true.
Alright, I'm going in.
Okay, good luck. Oh, and by the way, also, not only do they make you walk through this minefield of enemies, they also give these guys like 7,000 lines of dialogue before the instance starts, so you can't just like quickly go in. Matter of fact, it's so bad, there's literally an enemy walking behind me. I can hear it. Which, by the way, if they hit you while you're talking to these people, it instantly forces you to go back to the beginning of their dialogue, so.
Here we go!
On the trolley! I used to like trolley rides when I was a kid. I used to like going to a lot of like train stations and stuff like that. We went to a lot of like train museums when I was a kid because I liked trains quite a bit.
Urianger?
Coming with us, buddy? Or are you gonna get everybody else first? That's probably a good idea. We should probably tell everybody else
carry on without me.
where we are going.
The path to Nabatharang lieth open. Whilst thou travellest thither to the south, I would apprise Mistress Elise and the others of our progress.
Are you gonna teleport to Mordsuk and tell them that, or have you found a way to fly that we just don't know about yet?
As circumstances permit, I will thereafter rejoin the hunt for the remaining Light Wardens.
Sounds good. I guess it's us three.
Will the gate close immediately after the trolley passes through?
No, it will stay open until someone closes it manually. Built that way to prevent any untimely accidents.
So I can leave if I have to. Alright, cool.
Then you and
I don't think we'll
meet
have
us
to.
in Nabatharang, after giving the Yulmorans the slip.
Yeah, and maybe teleport them over here while you're at it. Excuse me.
Urianger.
What the hell happened to the camera just there? Did you see it jump like that?
Thank you for everything.
Cole, why do you feel the need to do something about my spamming?
Thou needst but have faith.
If you finished with your goodbyes, I suggest you grab hold of something. Be a shame if you took a tumble.
Yeah, it'd be kind of hard for Thancred to complete the next instance if he has a concussion. Be kind of hard for Minfilia to talk to Minfilia if she has a concussion. I think that's what's fucking me up when I keep accidentally saying her real name, is that it's like Minfilia is talking to Minfilia and my brain's like, wait, what the fuck?
The tracks beyond the gate aren't in the best of shape, so the trolley can only go as far as Malik.
Well, I don't know where that is, so that's got to be a start. Guys, we're not holding on to something. I thought he said hold on to something. We're just kind of standing in the middle of the fucking thing like we're all gonna go tumbling backwards when he starts taking off.
Here we go!
I guess not going that fast yet. He's getting up to speed, though.
Look at all of us not needing any safety belts.
Yeah, really. Even though Magnus
Look at all the
quite
fucks we
literally just said, put your seatbelt on, motherfucker. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. He has no idea how right he actually fucking is.
Oh, God.
Alright, so you ready for the bullshit? How the hell are we going to what?
How the hell are we going to control both of us malding at the same time?
I don't know if we can. I don't know if the universe can handle that. It might implode. By the power of Grayskull! Nope, never mind. Wrong media franchise.
Thancred, why did you say that?
He just cursed us. He literally just cursed us. Oh, we're going downhill now. Whee! And guess who's waiting for us on the other side already?
Wait, is that Ranjit?
Uh-huh. Also, he just knocked the cart completely off the track and the Talos with one kick. But let's talk about Ranjit for a second. So, you know that part where Ishtola sacrificed herself to get that bottle of antidote and falling herself into the life stream because no one could possibly survive that fall? I don't even have to invalidate the story with my own logic. The story just invalidated itself.
One who has mastered Gukumots fears not the blackest pit or the fieriest hell.
So you've mastered the art of plot armor.
Your deeds in the east did not go unnoticed. Long have I lain in wait, and sure enough, you did not disappoint.
Notice how we did all that tomfuckery, and he's here with no fucking effort or scream time. Also, how the fuck are you even alive? Gukumots, apparently, is how the fuck he's alive. What'd you do, grow wings? What are you missing? So Ranjit fell down a hole back in Raktika Greatwood, and everybody said, oh, there's no way he could survive that fall. And now he's here, with no explanation given. I mean, he probably hitched a ride on a Yulmoran airship because the Yulmorans came here, but how did he live the fall? Gukumots. Okay, so that's your pet dragon. Again, what did he do? Did he, like, fly you through the hole after we left? That has never been said. That is literally just throwing a new pronoun on us. Actually, if you were paying attention in the instance back in Lakeland, his Gukumots was untargetable for the entire time. It was the dragon that he used to summon that lightning bolt that hit my flu bar. So, but it's unlikely that most people even saw that, so you're pretty much right. Well, we're not skulking about like frightened animals. We're out in the middle of the light, lest you forget.
You will remain as you are. While I dispatch these villains.
How about you tell him to go directly to hell, Minfilia?
No, I won't. I won't let you.
You forget to whom you speak. Who armed you, trained you, fought and killed 1,000 Sin Eaters with you?
Not you. Literally not you. Last I fucking checked, Yulmor's been at peace with the Sin Eaters for 20 fucking years. She is not 21. Get the fuck out of here.
When you were inevitably cut down and lay lifeless.
Oh, he's not even talking about her. He's talking about every Minfilia that's ever existed. So he has PTSD. Now you're gonna throw that he has PTSD at me. After all the stupid shit he's done to survive.
Fools would only bring further chaos down upon us.
Actually, that's what you're going to do, because if the Light Wardens win, this whole star will be destroyed. So, fuck you.
Do not be deceived, child. Only by Lord Vorthry's hand will this dying world know a sliver of salvation.
I have a question. Do you have proof of that? Like, physical proof that you can hand to me? Because if not, then you're spouting about as much bullshit as you think we're spouting.
I don't know about the world, but I never asked to be saved.
You tell that asshole, Minfilia!
And however hard it gets, it's my life, and I want to live it on my own terms.
It's good she listened to me. It's about time people started listening to me. Where the fuck am I in this scene, by the way? They haven't flashed the camera to me once in like 3 minutes.
Fought with, and may one day die with. They feel the same. So no, I will not be deceived. No matter what you say, I refuse to believe it's all for nothing.
Girl speaks the truth.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. This what's happening right now. This is not the problem I have with the scene. This is great. This is wonderful character development that's been built up and subtle over the course of the entire goddamn expansion. She's actually moving forward with her arc, and so is Thancred.
See, that's nice. It's nice that Minfilia is getting some character, and she's actually moving forward and has character growth. That's not the problem that I have with this scene. Again, specifically the problem I have is with Ranjit surviving, and also them not developing him at all before this, because then this scene would actually feel like it has impact. It has no impact for me. Mastering the dragon. Wait, that still makes no sense. How did the dragon save him? Last I checked, he doesn't exactly grow wings when the dragon does its thing, so I don't know. Just feel sorry for the Talon. Yeah, me too, man. I feel really sorry for the Talon. He woke up from a dead sleep for this shit. He got 5 minutes of screen time, and he got kicked the shit out of him. The shit kicked out of him. How about all the people present die? What happens to all the still light ether when you die? It would end up in whoever killed me, and they would explode and turn into a light warden or 3, so. Yeah, it goes to the next closest being. So if Ranjit killed us, he would turn into a light warden, and then the next 2 closest people, so probably Minfilia here. Actually, it wouldn't happen to Minfilia because she's immune to Sin Eaters, so that wouldn't happen to her. Thancred would turn into a Light Warden, Ranjit would turn into a Light Warden, and I'd probably turn into a Light Warden as well, and Feoul would be very sad about that. So.
How dare you? Very well. If you would cast
yes, Ranjit, you who has PTSD, who's watched every single Minfilia die up until this point based on your character arc, totally. That's very realistic for you to suddenly just be like, oh, I love Vorthry so much that I'm gonna kill her.
I'm gonna kill you then. Fuck you. How
Run
about
these
no?
hands, you stupid old fuck.
Now you've got 3 of us to deal with.
I heard what you said, and I'm sorry for all the things I've left unspoken.
And I'm sure Thancred will be able to finally use Heart of Stone to cover my flu bar.
Aching flu bar.
You have to go, now!
Never mind, there's only one of us. Thancred, what the fuck?
Thancred, no!
Thancred, yes!
Go! Do what you came here to do. I'll not have you waste that newfound resolve on me.
Thancred, no. I'm tired of this character arc, Rain. Thancred, yes!
I grow tired of this charade. Well, she's in good hands then, because I'm the good dad. Don't die, Thancred.
I actually like you, despite all the shit I talk about you.
Come on, Minfilia. Let's go commune with Minfilia so we can fix this whole matter.
Also, listen.
And, you know, Ranjit doing the sensible thing, being like, fuck it, I can just practically teleport to them. And Thancred's like,
Not another step. Your fight is with me.
That sword ain't big enough for this kind of battle stance. They do make the gun blades bigger later on in the game, but only when you get to a certain character level, so.
See, what I like about this is that so far, I don't have any issues with the instance. I mean, I have a massive issue with the instance, but I'll talk about that later. Thancred right now? Actual character development. Actual badass. Just squaring up with this motherfucker that even all 5 of us could not take because he's trying to protect his daughter.
Because Ranjit has plot armor, that's why we couldn't take him.
Exactly. This unstoppable badass Thancred's just like, square up, fucker.
Okay, so we play as Thancred for this one. We have a combo, Rough Divide, and damage down thing for us, Soothing Potion, and Smackdown. Alright then, here we go. Let me read chat before I square up with Ranjit, so. This is another reason to hate Ranjit. He doesn't even see the separate Minfili as his people. They're just all the same person as him. Nice to know he's actually just an ass. I mean, I figured that part already, but yeah, you know. Thancred isn't a bad character, but just, it feels like he's doing something he already did, that's all. Cash music! Yeah, they're using the boss theme. I just wish that it wasn't invalidated by the choreography. Anyway, Thancred, let's square the fuck up.
Come on.
Let's see what you've got! Ow. This is why we have potions. Once I hit about 18,000 HP, I'll probably hit the potion. I think the potion has a cooldown on it, if I recall correctly. Ah, Nexus of Thunder. I kind of wish the lines in here were voiced. I feel like you'd be able to hear them better.
Oh, if it was voiced, I would be losing my mind.
I feel like, because I can't keep, like, doing my rotation that I don't know, because I haven't played Gunbreaker, and also looking up, you know. You're probably having a fun time, though, considering you played the class.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I got electrocuted. Oh, I'm being electrocuted because I'm inside of the field. Alright, that's fine. So the Soothing Potion restores about 11,000 HP. So that should be a decent chunk. Oh, damn, he gets Smackdown back really quickly.
Yeah, just use it on cooldown.
It's his damage up, and it's every 30 seconds, so... Try to fit all
just
your rough
use that
divides
bitch on
there.
cooldown.
Yeah. Ow. Boy, it's a good thing there isn't, like, a damage wall or something. Coiled Levin. What does that do? And Nexus of Thunder. I'm just gonna wait over here. It's too bad I don't have Lightning Shot.
This is going well.
You think? See, some of it is voiced, but not all of it is voiced. I wish all of the lines of dialogue were voiced. Because then I could hear them without having to look up every time. Oh, well, there goes my Smackdown. Unbridled Wrath.
Feast of my blood, answer my call.
This dragon ain't existence. Yeah, the dragon is intangible, which is part of the reason why Ranjit is, you know, not dead yet. Notice that he doesn't have a certain something when he fuses with the dragon. He doesn't have wings. So how did the dragon save him from dying exactly? I mean, I understand it can float, but, like, unceremonious beheading. So yeah, he's fused with Gukumatsu. It gives him combat capabilities by fusing with it. Yeah, he does it in this fight, yep, and Thancred still wins. How? Who the fuck knows? We'll find out later. Merciless right. That's actually Merciless left and right, Ranjit. Get your directions straight. Actually, it's not even. It's Merciless north and south. What the fuck is wrong with you, old man?
Old motherfucker has PTSD, but he doesn't know his left from his right.
Shame. Let me load the barrel. Shame. Thancred, you don't shoot with the gunblade. You just pull the trigger down when you swing it, and that shoots them. It's not meant to be shot from range. How does lightning shot work? Who the hell knows? Well, I thought that was an AoE that would stick around. And what do you mean if there's no other way? Potion me, please.
When will you learn?
When I'm dead. Serpent heads. What are they gonna do? I should get out of the middle. Oh, that's what they're gonna do. Shaking flame. Snaking flame. Oh good, Thancred even said it, when you're dead. And how are you planning on doing that exactly? But you see, the games have only just begun. I have a MacGuffin! What kind of bullshit? Well, Thancred, you're not supposed to use ether, dude. It doesn't really help you. But it might give him Vuln down. Fire a round from your gunblade. Gnashing Fang. I hope this works. Oh, he got too far away. Oh good, it should work now. Also, if the pulsing goes too far, you just lose the instance, by the way. He just dies. Thancred dies and you lose the instance, so. I mean, mere parlor tricks seem to be working pretty well, so. I mean, he's got you down to about as much. No, actually, I think I went a little further on the percentage than Thancred's got you right now. Not discounting what Thancred's doing, just we've still got a little bit of a ways to go. Nexus of Thunder. Okay, that's that cardinal directions and then corners. Merciless left. So, okay. How the fuck did I dodge that? 11. Do you have infinite potions? Yeah, they're on cooldown, but he has as many potions as you need as long as you don't use
Thancred fucking stocked up before he left. He was like,
yeah.
Damn, I sense some nonsense in the future.
I sense some tomfoolery, so I'm gonna get ready. Oh, Merciless left. I should get out of the middle. This is gonna hurt. Yeah, so the potions have a 30-second long cooldown, so you can only use them once every 30 seconds, but you have infinite potions, so. Even caged birds have wings, Ranjit. I should probably press Nebula here. Because this is the tank buster, so that is what it's used for. Okay, good. I even got out of the thing before he beheaded me. I'm gonna wait near him, because it's easier to dodge the AoEs that way.
And you presume to be a protector?
That's the plan. Ah, he went intangible. Well, I'll use my potion. Let's get it on cooldown while we have to use Perfect Deception again. Again with this bullshit! Oh good, I'm glad that you've gotten Ranjit, under Ranjit's skin. That's nice. Alright, so don't go Cardinals.
No quarter!
Where the fuck? Okay. Do you think you're going? Now don't you move again. Not in the next half second. There we go. Better, yeah, the golden cage is still a cage, that's true. I mean, he could have waited to play it until you were at 33%, but, you know. Well. Okay, so Coiled Levin leaves the, whatchamacallits, the lingering lightning AoEs. Got it. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, look, he's doing it again. I'll leave them over here, near the other ones. Or not. So he's doing that to make it so that I have less space to work with while he nexuses me. Whoa.
Nexus.
I'll just go right here. It's fine. I'll get a little electrocuted. No big deal. I have Brutal Shell to repair that.
And infinite potions.
And infinite potions, yes. See, the DPS side of me wants to use Rough Divide under Smackdown because it's more damage, but I should probably just save them for when he does stupid shit and, like, jumps away from me. Again, I really wish I had Lightning Shot. It's coiling again. Just hit and run. Like that. I'll start here. Merciless right. I'm safe right here. How about that? I don't even gotta move. Oh, my Nebula's on cooldown. It's a good thing my potion isn't. Haha! Almost erase your entire tank buster.
Why do you persist in this folly?
It's only folly if I don't believe it, Ranjit.
Is that all?
I mean, he is kind of breaking a Brutal Shell every time, Thancred, so I don't know if I would antagonize him too much. Well, here's the last cartridge.
Fall!
Ow. Well, that's not good. That was the last cartridge. What am I supposed to do now? Die? What do you mean, but how? Time to tap into your lost ether reserves, Thancred. Even though you shouldn't really be able to do this, considering you're, you know, unable to use ether. You're never supposed to use the same technique twice in these movies, Thancred. It doesn't work the second time. Oh, I'm dying. No kidding. I'm gonna use my potion. Endure Ranjit's onslaught. What have I been doing for the past 4 minutes exactly? If not that. Ow. Boy, it's a good thing I used that potion. Ow. Ugh, my smackdown. Thancred, you're gonna die from this one. Oh, never mind. This is a slow boss, yes. Yeah, I think that they make these instance bosses too spongy now, honestly, if I'm being honest. Speaking of spongy, why is the music so spongy now? I don't know. Oh, I'm deadly serious because I'm going to die and take you with me.
Okay, this part's badass.
I don't know how the hell he's doing this. Ooh, that's tapping pretty quick. He's eviscerating very quickly. Thancred, you need to not fall over. I need to avoid these AoEs. And also hit him in time. I think this is scripted, though. Like, I think he only shoots in a specific direction, so... Leap of faith, huh? Well, let's see how it works out for you. That cartridge was a flashbang. You know, that might actually work out. So yeah, that's the end of the instance. Please tell me how he lived. That's what I'm asking. He might not live, considering Thancred just spent literally everything he had.
You would have her suffer and die. I would spare her that fate.
Can we flash back to 5 minutes ago where you said you were going to kill her? Because that's not sparing her that fate, you stupid fucking geriatric. Let me read what I missed in chat before we move along here. Right and left have nothing to do with north or south. That's what I'm telling Ranjit. He doesn't know what east and west is. You're trying to relearn Monk. Monk is far beyond you. It's not. I mean, I don't think it's that bad now, but I guess it depends, you know. Yeah, pretty much a lack of a leap. Yeah, he basically just did the continuation combo for Gunbreaker just there. So if you haven't seen it yet, then there you go. The practice cartridge was cool and all, but Thancred should be dead. We're getting there, Marie. Look at Thancred's face. We're getting there.
Again.
And then he just leaves. And then he just leaves. So that means Thancred went through all of this effort, put himself at death's fucking door for literally nothing. I have a dumb fucking question, Final Fantasy XIV. If you wanted Thancred to have closure on his character development, why didn't you let him kill Ranjit? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Single day goes by that I don't think.
You know, here's the thing. Let me level with all of you to give you an idea of how angry this made me. The first time I saw it. Listen, I have no problem with Thancred doing one last do-or-die thing and nearly getting himself murdered to kill Ranjit. It was a do-or-die situation. This is a fucking JRPG. Anime protagonists do that all the fucking time, where they do something completely stupid that should get them killed, but they survive by the brink of their teeth. I'm fine with that. I think it's cool that Thancred pushed pushed himself beyond the limits that anyone could have ever possibly did before, and literally put his soul on the line to kill Ranjit.
Which you gave your
And then
You
it
know
meant
what
nothing.
I have a problem with?
And then it meant nothing. That's the problem.
Ranjit, now in the plot, has survived 2 main characters nearly fucking dying to put him out of his misery.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
2!
Yep.
Yestola was ready to die to get that antidote and kill Ranjit. 2 for 1. It was her life over the life of all of her villagers and taking Ranjit with her. Awesome. We got her back and he survived, and I was fine with it. But this I am not fucking fine about. Because every fiber of my existence tells me Thancred deserved that kill.
Yep.
And the best part is, you want to know the wonderful part about this?
Is it a spoiler or?
No!
Okay.
If this had happened after Raktika, and then Yulmore's attack would have happened, it would have made sense!
Yeah, and then, Menphilia would have felt a little bit worse about everything that happened because, she went and did this, and then she put herself in danger again almost immediately afterwards, so. Yeah, Ranjit just piecing out here made me ask, was this father versus father fight necessary? No. Not even remotely. And now they're going to tease us and not tell us if Thancred lived or died for about another 15 minutes. So, would have been better if both died. Yeah, I would have been more okay with that than the result that we get currently. Actually. I mean,
Listen,
it would have been
okay.
sad that Thancred died, but it would have meant that there were actually stakes again, because the Scions are too marketable. They can't die. And if I had been proven wrong on that because Thancred died here, then yeah, that would have been a little bit more.
Listen, okay, the thing is, listen, I understand marketability and shit. I get that. I completely fucking understand why it happened the way it did. But what frustrates me more about all this isn't that fucking nobody died. It isn't that a main character didn't die, because I follow the narrative
It's that
prospect
Thancred
in my own
didn't
right.
kill. Thancred, kill it.
It's that Thancred, who by and right has earned this kill for the entire expansion, all of his character development, all of his struggles, all of his pain, all of his misery, and he got nothing.
Yep. Table flip. Table flip. That's the gist of it. Table flip.
Oh my god. Y'all wonder why I hate this section of Shadowbringers. It is shit like this. Listen, I follow the writing principle of I don't like killing characters. Not because I care about them. No, it's because it is so much worse for them if they live.
Found the other ether current, by the way.
You don't have to kill a main protagonist character to give your story stakes.
Oh, no.
You don't have to do that. You just have to make them suffer to the point where there is stakes, to remind you through the other rest of the story that there is stakes. You don't need to kill a protagonist, but there's one thing that I do, honest to God, believe in more than anything else.
Yeah.
That characters should finish their arcs and get what they deserve.
Well, yeah, their struggles have to feel tangible, right? It has to feel like there's a gradual growth, and then over the course of the time that they go through those struggles, they earn something out of it.
To answer your question, Lifeblood, no. To answer your question, Lifeblood, no. The entirety of the story is not this bad. Just specifically this expansion, this part of this expansion, Stormblood, and the entirety of A Realm Reborn, because I hate A Realm Reborn
So 3/4 of what we've played is what you're saying.
Heaven's Ward is fine. Heaven's Ward can get off without a hitch.
So, okay, so I'll tell you, this is how I feel, Lifeblood. Basically, the best part of this game, for me, I'm having an echo vision, is about as good in my books as Final Fantasy VIII. So, depending on how you feel about Final Fantasy VIII, that might either be a good thing or a death sentence.
Run for your lives! It's the flood! The flood!
And just...
That terrified man was voiced by Vothri.
Look!
I just...
There's somebody up there! On top of the palace!
If
I have a dumb
only-
question. Why are all these people still here? If a flood of light ether is coming at them, how did they not see it coming and evacuate?
I'm still mad about that I'm still mad about that section. Like,
yep.
I'm infuriated. I am, by and large, completely, absolutely despondent.
Yep. Now you know how I feel about most of this story.
I don't understand, yo.
So
if that scene had ended and it was literally just like flash to white, cut to cutscene, and then it's like a zoom in shot of Ranjit's face with like his eyes shaking, you know, the anime thing when somebody gets stabbed, and he looks down at the gun blades in his chest and he's like spitting up white blood like a Sin Eater would.
Pulls the trigger and we fade to black and it's just Minfilia and us doing this and we don't get to see the end of it, and then eventually we get there and Tancred's on his deathbed but Ranjit's dead.
Stand back.
See, what would be cool about that is they could play that up as like a crazy, like they could keep the cliffhanger of what happened to Thancred, because Ranjit could look at him with blood in his mouth and just scream, "You utter fucking fool," and try to kill him, and then he pulls the trigger.
Minfilia, is your hair okay? How much gel did you put in that?
Flappy Bird.
This is the most fun I've had in this X-Pack so far, watching her hair do that. What the fuck?
But this is what I want. It's my sacrifice to make.
Mother Crystal says no.
Your time has not yet come. When all hangs in the balance, you must give them hope.
How do you give hope to a Discord server?
Minfilia!
You bastard! I needed a heroic death! Well, this place looks like it's seen better days. Alright, listen, if Ram the Vacuous Spider shows up, I'm about to shit.
I'm about to shit.
Hello, Mother Crystal. Or is this actually Minfilia, which would be a retcon, by the way?
Ours is a meeting long overdue.
They don't tell you.
Full glad am I that we may finally speak.
They just label her as the Oracle of Light. They don't tell you if it's Minfilia or the Mother Crystal. So, they don't want to tell you. They don't want to tip their hand to what they're going to do in Endwalker, which they didn't know at this point. Good to see you again, no matter which one of you it is. Because if it's
nice
Mother
to hear
Crystal,
from you regardless.
Because if it's a Mother Crystal, we haven't spoken since 3.4. And if it's Minfilia, we haven't spoken since before that.
My dear, sweet child.
She just nods at you and then she's like, well, let me get on with my stuff. Maltea, thanks for the raid. I appreciate that. Welcome. We are in the middle of heavy spoiler territory, and Cole's molding about something that happened before it, so hopefully this isn't a spoiler for you. But yes, welcome to the stream. Having a main character die is always hard in the story. Yeah, that's true. It would make for an interesting concept for main characters to not get rewarded for their effort due to simply how life sometimes is, but in this case it's just bad. Yeah, used in the correct way, I feel like, yes, I could get behind that story decision. In this case, it just feels like they built up to it like it was going to have a conclusion that was productive, and then it had no productivity.
For this and more, I thank you.
So, yeah.
I've lost count of the times I've almost given up. If people hadn't helped me every step of the way, I never would have made it.
Let's remember, though, young Minfilia, just because people helped you stand up, you still had to take those steps. You had a play in this, too.
Yet here you stand, resolved. Now, tell me your heart's desire.
Alright, kid. Let's hear your decision.
To defeat the Sin Eaters and bring this world back from the brink. The remaining Wardens have hidden themselves from us. But with the power of the Oracle, I thought we might be able to find them.
Well, we're about 800 feet from one of them, and the other one, I literally don't know how we don't know who he is yet, so...
Indeed you could.
Well, you do know.
Their
I
The
do
plot
know.
just doesn't want
The
you to know.
plot doesn't know, somehow.
But know, my child, that the power you seek will come at a price. We stand now at the crossroads. A decision must be made.
It doesn't seem very Mother Crystal-y for you to condemn her to death in order to give her unbridled power.
To hesitate.
Seems like something Zodiac would do.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Chirp.
But for your many trials, you have grown stronger and wiser.
It's almost like they forgot how they wrote the Mother Crystal in Heaven's Ward.
You have grown to love yourself.
And that's the most important lesson you can learn. There's really only 2 wardens left. Yep. We're gonna kill one of them in the next quest. I mentioned at the beginning of this stream that the main story of Shadowbringers is actually going to be over in approximately 9 more streams, so...
The flood has washed away so much of this world.
Gag reflex.
So many people and
Cheesy.
places and possibilities. And all the heroes who fought to protect them.
Too much cheese. Not enough crackers. We forgot the crackers, Gromit.
So hard to help those few of us who remain, and seeing how tirelessly they work, how completely committed they are to the cause. I can't help but believe.
Now just think how you would have felt if we all worked together as 6 Scions at the same time from the beginning of this X-Pack. You would have believed a lot sooner.
Just watch and cheer. I want to make a difference.
Her eyes are up there, Minfilia.
I want to help them like they helped me, and maybe even inspire others to do the same.
Well, I don't think you can do that with
Coming together,
the light
providing
suffusion,
for one another.
because you'll probably die, so...
That's the only way forward I can see. Since all of our heroes are gone, we'll just have to make heroes of ourselves.
That's all she needed to hear.
'Tis a beautiful, wonderful dream. One we share. Though my power was all but spent in staying the flood, I prayed this final act would give hope to those who survived.
So that means that this is, in fact, the Mother Crystal talking, because, well, Minfilia wouldn't be saying that her power was all but spent in staying the flood. She was human, so...
That self-same hope lives on in you. It gives me comfort to know that the future is in capable hands. If ever you should falter, remember this. No one, however powerful, is immune to the whisperings of doubt and despair.
That's true.
Do not give in to them. But do not deny them either. Look instead to the light within, that you may continue to serve as a beacon to others.
After all, if you deny your feelings of doubt and despair, how can you be vindictive and prove them wrong?
Thank you, Minfilia, for believing in us, for believing in me.
Now go, my child, and become your own person.
Dearest friend, no words can express my gratitude to you for keeping her safe in these tumultuous times. You are a hero to us both.
Yeah, well, you know, it's just what we did, so why not continue the trend?
But not even the most valiant heroes can stand alone.
Boy, am I aware of that one.
Only together may you change the fate of 2 worlds.
Alright, so you explicitly said together there, so I think I know what I gotta do. You know, other than stand with Rory, because she quite literally keeps me in line.
Literally.
It's true. Not even a lie. It's just sad. What you see is a potentially great story in every aspect, but instead we got this shit. Yes, welcome to our world, Lifeblood. It's okay. People told you this was the best X-Pack for 2 years straight. Then they changed their opinions when Endwalker came out to say that was the best X-Pack. So, Nymphilia, you look a little different. This is legit the first time where you see bad story as bad story. Yeah, I know. Believe me when I tell you, you preach into the choir on that one, Lifeblood. And then your hair and your eyes turn their normal color. You can't find any good aspects. Your hair and your eyes have changed. Your eyes, they aren't aglow with Mother Crystal Ether anymore. The hair's probably a little more obvious because she can literally see it. Well, she wanted you to be your own person. Right. That's good. Yeah, that's pretty much how the Mother Crystal is, honestly. She's watches, but from afar, so. Yeah, she's just a regular old girl now. She's trained in combat because Thancred trained her, but she doesn't have, like... Okay, so she does have the ability to sense the Light Wardens because the Oracle gave her that power, but she's not, like, channeling the Oracle of Light anymore. She's not particularly special anymore, no. Other than that power where she can sense the Light Wardens despite not channeling the Oracle. How does that even work? I got a feeling, honestly, if we don't go back to Thancred soon, he won't feel anything at all, but it is what Nymphilia wanted, so he'll understand. Really, he should have understood already. He had his character growth about this in Heavensward, so... You sure? These Molamanders can get a little nasty around here. Alright. Just, you know, keep yourself careful and safe in there. Okay, so let's go check on Thancred. And since I have a grave feeling in my stomach, let me switch over to my healer. Because I get the feeling Thancred's gonna need a few ministrations when we get there. Where did I put my leeches? Yes, feel the excess light ether. Know my struggle. When you're out of the cutscene, let me know so I can put you back in Part D.
God.
It's almost over, Cole. We're almost done with Amarang.
We're not gonna be done with the dungeon tonight, bro.
Yeah, we are. What do you mean?
We haven't even found the bitch yet.
It's literally in the next quest. It's, again, it's like, it's in this section in the southwestern corner of the map that we just haven't discovered yet, so.
Fair enough.
Oh look, more of those armadillos that have the splash animation. We can watch it again while I wait for Cole. Watch from around this corner. And here you see the long-tailed armadillo in its natural environment. He splash. Thancred, how far afield did your battle with Ranjit take you, bro? Did you get eaten by the armadillos before I could get here? I can't resurrect that. I can't assume a death, Thancred. It's
not a resurrection spell, though, bro.
Yeah, but that only works outside of cutscene.
Fucking hate that clause.
That's how the Fey Union works. And Thancred's fine, by the way. He doesn't die. So, there you go. Isn't Scholar more of a shielding part than healing? Yeah, their shields work better than their heals, but they still have a raw heal component to their spells, so...
Ah, there
yeah.
you are. We were worried.
Scholar does have healing powers. Not badmouth or blaspheme your main. You will kick you to death, just like Elsword. Also, guess your Elsword main. Cole.
Kick.
Really? He wasn't the one that nearly got himself killed. It's a good
Not
thing
this
Urianger
time, anyway.
called on us when he did. You were at death's door when we found you.
So yeah, Urianger
Rena Aminos
came in and saved the
Actually,
day.
no. What's the one before it? Rena Windsneaker.
Your timely ministrations,
I don't even know what that
was
is.
not obliged to walk through it.
Well, that's good, because if you had walked through it, you would have died for nothing. You were correct, Cole. So, hey everybody, I want to introduce you to an old new friend. She's a little shy. Her hair just changed colors, so she's a little unsure about it so far. You love WS. We regularly got declawed and grew new ones after every nerf.
Yeah,
It was the worst kind of cockroach. Oh boy.
You saw her.
She did, and they reached a, well, sort of a compromise.
I know I haven't exactly been pulling my weight up till now, but that's all going to change, starting today. I'll do whatever it takes to make Minfilia's dream a reality. I can track the Light Wardens now. Maybe even help you fight them.
We really didn't need that because, again, we're 500 feet from one of them and Vothri's the other one, but I'm glad you're contributing. She is really good in dungeons, by the way, if you use her for the trusts. She can give the enemy's vulnerability up every 60 seconds, so... She's probably one of the best DPSs out of your friends. She's even better than Y'shtola, in my opinion.
You don't have to say that, you know.
No, but he does, because you made a decision on your own, and that's the important part.
But I want to. Your family. How else would I feel?
There you go. That's all you needed to say. You've been holding that one in for so long. Give you context, your main arena has a move called Backflip Shot. It has some iframes. The animation, those iframes are mostly removed to make it not as strong on Wind Sneaker, meaning all the arena classes got nerfed to hit Wind Sneaker again, which lets you do similar things, I would imagine. Yes, how about a new name? Y'shtola agrees. Let's name her something else so I can stop spoiling it 2 episodes before it happens.
A name of her own. I would not have her walk in the shadow of another any longer.
Yeah, that would be kind of bad to do. There's a trial in D&D. The judge, bring in the first witness. The necromancer, raise the victim.
At the mention of
yeah, that's about right.
I would remember the woman who preserved our fellowship when all seemed lost.
By dying and turning into the Mother Crystal. Sorry, I should stop throwing Minfilia under the bus. She's already dead.
Damn, bro, she's already dead.
Do you remember what you were called before you were taken to Yulmore?
I'm sorry, I don't. I couldn't have been very old when it happened.
So Thancred, you're her dad.
New name. Suggestions?
Let's come up with something. Thancred, literally, dude. This is not a question. This is an order.
If the lady herself has no preference, I think the honor should rightly fall to Thancred. After all they have been through together, he's practically a father to her.
Yeah, couldn't really have said it better myself.
Well spotted. I'm so glad you're here to explain these things.
I feel like that was a dig, Alice. You just can't help yourself, can you?
Oh, nothing.
Wah, wah. Alright, now don't come up with something stupid, Thancred.
What about... Rean?
There you go. That works.
Ah, blessing in Fae.
Surprised Thancred knows that.
Wait, does this mean thou wert listening when I delivered my lectures on the Pixies?
See, this is why I wanted the Scions all together this entire time. Because they play off of each other very well in the cutscenes. But this fucking game decided it'd be a better idea to keep them apart, even though they're best when they're together.
In other words, what Thancred's saying is that one word made an impression. He was actually listening to everything Urianger was saying. He just doesn't want to admit it because he's still dealing with the tsundere.
That's because they're both her dad, and he doesn't want to admit that her other dad is right. So what do you think?
Yes, I rather like the sound of it.
I like the sound of it so much, I already changed my text box name.
Thank you.
Tilder, my guy, backflip shot was on all the arena classes because it was a base skill, and people making the decisions decided to nerf it in order to hit one of the arenas. That's how bad it was. Wind Sneaker was such a nuisance in PvP specifically that they nerfed arena as a whole to hit the Wind Sneaker again. Oh boy.
And then there's me, with my son. Back when I was still fucking.
Welcome aboard, Rean.
Who was your son in Elsword?
A mad scientist who liked... A mad scientist
Hmm.
who kicked energy at people. I preferred my drones, though. I could kill people remotely.
Ah. Remotely is usually better. Your hands don't get dirty.
Considering that most of his outfits were nothing but white, yeah.
Okay, let's put you in party. And then see if we can meet up with that dancer. But yeah, like I said, Ether Current right here. Dungeon is coming up in this quest, so. And
Yeah,
what did
I
we
played
do?
Mastermind Marie.
And what did we do? We found new ways to terrorize players in PvP. On that note, Senders are more often than not a really badly written character. I mean, I think it depends on the author, but...
I write them good, but that's only because I'm a good writer.
There you go.
It's weird having self-confidence.
That's good. Keep
Spent
going.
years talking shit about my writing and my art, and then recently I was like, you know what? Fine, I'll try the other half of this at some point, and I was like, damn. What the hell, Richard?
That's good. Keep going. Have faith in yourself. Just casually stroking his own dick. That's okay. Sometimes you gotta stroke it. And stroke it. And stroke it.
Scrub, 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 scrub.
I don't think Lifeblood's gonna get that reference. I don't think he was around for Final Spaghetti.
Listen. No, here's the thing about self-confidence. It is a journey that I tell everyone, fucking start on. Do not self-deprecate your own shit. There is a difference between being critical of your own writing and your creative pursuits, rather than fucking deprecating yourself. Why the fuck is my floor so wet?
I don't know, just spill something? Or did you not take your boots off when you came in from the snow?
The fuck are boots?
There we go. So the next Light Warden is inside of Malika's well. Maybe that's why the worm came out of that, because something in there caused it to leave its den. Permanently. Call you're trying to have that. Self-confidence shouldn't be a myth. Self-confidence is difficult. Don't let it, don't get it twisted. It is difficult, so. It's just one of those things that you just gotta work at a little at a time, Oh look, I'm creating a distraction for you by running past the enemies.
I am the problem.
And I am the solution. I'm just gonna run right past this one's eyesight anyway. No, it's not hammer throw, it's hammer flail. They're not listening to me. Whoa. There's a hole in the stairs, be careful. Oh, you just jumped down. Alright, fair enough.
Yay!
Oh look, our friends are directly behind an enemy again. Bless you.
Ow! Ow! Well, it's sure as shit a well.
Yeah, I can't even see the bottom. Good lord.
I'm jumping.
I wouldn't.
This bitch empty. Yeah!
I wouldn't jump down yet. The game will let us jump down when we go into the dungeon. You want to re-rail your transition? You want to present on fun by the end of the year? I think you could do it. It might take a little bit of work, but I think you could do it. I have faith. Yeah, wait, a working well, empty of creative ideas. It's not a wonder. It's in this game. But is it really empty, or is it full of Light Warden Ether? Find out right now. Because we're going in.
We're going in.
Because Malika's well is now accessible. Yeah, after the, 45 minutes to an hour of that duty with Thancred and then all the cutscenes afterwards, they basically just yeet you directly into the dungeon. So, well, it'll have to lose over 100 pounds. I don't think you have to lose 100 pounds to present on FUM. You can work at the rest of it as you go. But, that is a big goal. I would work at that over, a couple of years if I'm you. Just a thought. Before you ask, Cole, I tend to just attack people. Fair enough. Yeah, I can't even imagine doing makeup every day. That seems like a huge hassle to me. But, Okay, so we're able to go into Malik as well once Cole gets out the cutscene. If you'd like to join us for Malik as well, let me know. Cole's playing DPS and I'm healing. I don't know if we'll see that dancer. I think they stopped before they went to the Thancred instance because I didn't see them after that point. So, you know, unfortunate, but yeah, it's probably okay. Oh, the skill, by the way, that I was mentioning before that we get at 78 as a scholar is actually a trait. Enhanced Sacred Soil. So Sacred Soil before this was basically a tank cooldown. It reduced the damage that anybody in the bubble took by 10%. Now, it also grants a heal over time effect while you're in the circle. It's not a humongous heal over time, but it's still a very, very important... And you got to remember, too, that now they still only take 90% of the damage they'd normally take while also getting some HP back. So, there you go. Can tank for you if you want. Just got Primal Random Warrior, so you have nothing to do as a tank. If you'd like, Marie. If you'd like. Oh, that's not the right thing. Are you... Okay, so you're on Midgard. I wonder if I can invite you to a party even though you're on Midgard. No, I cannot. So you would have to change servers if you want to do it, but it's up to you. Whatever you want to do. Why are there working talons? On this side of the fucking thing. I know. Why the fuck? These are masterless, so these ones, their masters died, and so now they're just like feral, basically. I don't know how that even works. They're not... You can't really be feral without being a wild animal, but, you know. You know, doping's not allowed in sports, and makeup is allowed in beauty contests. I feel like one of those is worse than the other. Should check your search info. It's something. Sure, why not? Unable to retrieve data. That player is on another world. Damn, that is something. No, I'll be able to see it once you come to Goblin. And actually, you know the funniest part about this whole thing is that if you go to Calusia and if the elevator was working to get us up on the top of the cliff up there, there are other masterless Talos up there as well that we literally could have just imported into Amareng to get the trolley working and skip this whole problem. But, yeah. As far as you know, doping is not harmful. Yeah, I don't know really too much about doping, so I guess I admit it sounds like it could be a bad thing, but I don't actually know how bad, if at all, it could be. So, no reasons to ban that, yeah. I suppose. Again, I don't know enough about it to really tell you one way or the other, so. Alright, Cole, how many flares are you gonna throw?
All of them, because I'm frustrated.
Okay, good. Get your frustration out. Use the catharsis. And you know, it'll probably work out, because on the other path through Malik as well that's conveniently there so my friends have something to do, there are 6 of them now, so they'll probably be fine while 4 of us go off in the other direction. We're also going to make a DPS pretty happy. Only a minute to data center travel? That's not too bad. Doesn't seem too bad to me, anyway. Alright, so we get the dungeon done. Should we wait to do the final quest? Well, actually, no. What we should do is we should turn in this quest once the dungeon's done, and then we should get to a point in the next quest, which is the last quest we'll be doing before we go to side quests again, and then we should probably turn that one in on the next episode, I think. Like, basically get it so that it has us return to the Crystarium, and then we'll turn it in. So. Oh, you found a new Gunblade, so you'll play Gunbreaker? Sounds like a plan. I don't really mind either way, whichever one you feel like playing, so.
Until we queue up, I'm gonna go over this bed, and I'm just gonna...
I mean, we're gonna queue up in about as soon as Marie hits the ready check, so...
Fair enough, but there's always time for a back stretch!
That's true. Stretch break. I'm hydrating too, so hydration break. I'm actually going to stretch my legs, so give me a moment to turn left.
And try not to destroy your setup while you do so.
Yeah, really. Okay, I turned left and did not destroy my setup in the process. I just hope I don't hit the desk with the chair too hard. I did not at all, so there you go. How about we skip side quests so we can not be in this shit game any longer than necessary? I won't be able to fly if I don't do the side quests, and also if we skip the side quests, we won't be doing Omega, so those are my counter arguments. Alright, I'll do the ready check. How about that? I'm the party leader, so I'm the one that's gonna click go. Cole? Okay, there we go.
There
Cole,
we
you
go!
You at your computer?
Yes.
Okay. Into Malika's Well we go. I was gonna say, it should be an insta-queue. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I managed to cook a whole bunch of stuff, by the way. Some Twilight Papato salad and chicken fettuccine. I hope I can take it out. I can, before we go in. So, I have 12 of each. I'm gonna use one of them now. Sacrifices for the greater good. Yeah, I understand the need to want to leave this game. Trust me, I feel it every time I come here to stream. But I want to end it and get everything I wanted to do out of my system. So, end it on a proper note if I'm going to, you know, go through the whole thing. By the way, do you have any food? We haven't cooked food the last 2 dungeons. We should do that again before the next one.
Oh, yeah. We're kind of falling behind on the crafting because we've had 2 back-to-back areas where both of us are mauling for the entire... the entire goddamn...
This place is spooky. Alright, Celine, I think I summoned Eos last time, so let's summon you this time. Have an Adlo. And off we go. Just pull as far as you want, Marie. It'll probably be okay. Oh, I haven't ether flowed yet. There we go. Give you double heal over time.
Boom.
Where's the battle music? This place doesn't really have battle music. It's very quiet, I guess. That's the best way to put it. Let's see if I can get this in before the dissipate goes away. Yep, sure can. We'll get battle music when the whatchamacallits come up, the bosses come up. So, which I think is a little out of place considering how quiet this place is, but that might just be a bad opinion on my part. It's okay, you can't always have good opinions. Alright then. Recitation's back in 2 seconds. Very nice. We'll fix that real quick. Just do this. There you go. These cupbearers hit like a truck.
Wait for me. I got little legs.
I got stubby legs. I can't keep up. I might need to dissipate again. Oh yeah, I can't dissipate. I forgot. Because it's only every 180 seconds. It's a good thing ether flow's almost back. Let's give you an ether pact as well. No physic, just Adlos. No physic. I can't eat tactics this. I can only keep going. Okay. Now I can eat tactics it. Maybe I should start contributing to DPS so these things don't kill all of us.
Well, now, same.
It's all good. We got them.
Man, I forgot that everything in this dungeon is made of tungsten.
Well, that's how they've stayed alive for hundreds of years, even though Amarang went under, like, a long time ago. Can understand what you said earlier with sudden music switches, but it would be perfect for here for permanent battle music. It's stupid game design again. Yeah, I suppose it would, you know, make more sense because you are fighting your way to the boss for them to have
big armadillo.
Big. I'm gonna save my recitation actually. For when we get hit with like a flail or something. You can have an X-Cog though. Especially since you're gonna need it like right now. Whoa. He's trying to smash me instead of splash me. Head toss. Go in the sacred, Cole. Thank you. And now watch out for the AoEs. He's spin right round. And now he flail smash.
My god. Being Cole is suffering at the moment.
Yeah, I can really do this. Oh look, there's pack armadillos. Didn't want to hit the one that Marie wasn't targeting. Thank you for not aiming the AoEs at me, sir. Or at Cole, actually, because he's in his ley lines, so...
Lucky.
He spin. Get out. He smash. Let's see. I can keep this part going. That's probably good enough. And maybe set a sacred, and we're good. See? Easy. Build up my
a little bit of
gauge
fire.
Well.
And
Oh,
some
have,
more
I
fire.
have chain strap back for you, Cole. Also,
yes.
the armadillos really don't like me for using chain strap.
Damn it.
Oh, good. That went off before he got to do the thing. Here, have an X cut. Oh, look, it went off immediately. No shock there, I guess. He do a spin. He do a smash. We get in. I should have saved that recitation. Oh wait, actually, I did save it. It's still up. I hope it's up for long enough for me to do this. It is. Good. Perfect! Couldn't have done that better if I tried, because it was definitely luck. Boss music reminds you of against the Ice Bear boss from Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze in the beginning specifically. I didn't know Donkey Kong Country had like rock music in it. That's kind of cool actually. I wasn't aware.
8 again.
Do you need a sacred soil for a small pull like this? I mean, probably once your X-Cog breaks, which will be a little while, honestly. Yeah, I'll put it up now, I guess. I have 100 gauge to work with as well, so that'll make things a lot easier for the next pull, because the next pull will actually be a big pull.
Pull half a mile away. Throwing fireballs.
Hadouken! 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 You know, I could swear these things used to actually blow up when they blew up. They don't seem to do that anymore. Why is that?
Transpose!
Umbral Soul. Blurk.
Umbral Soul.
Blurk. Blurk.
Hope you're getting used to hearing that. You're gonna be hearing it a lot when I'm on Black Mage.
Actually, I don't hear it at all, so...
Hell yeah,
it's like
gamer.
a very small sound in the background. Can send it to the Discord? Yeah, sure, Lifeblood, that sounds good. I'll have a listen. Alright, hit the Cupbearer instead of the Stone Tosser. I think we just missed a chest. Oh well. It's probably fine. I get the feeling that XCOD will break in like 2 seconds. Yep, there it goes.
Alright, time for me to actually start pressing buttons.
The time for talking is over. It's time to push buttons. Maybe I should have given you Whispering Dawn before I gave you Ether Pact. I can't believe how much healing that would give you. I mean, I guess it's not too late to just do that. Okay, don't stand in the AoEs. That's me talking to me, by the way, just in case anyone was wondering. I don't know why I need reminding of that, but here we are.
Just me out here like, man, I need to remind myself not to stand in these AoEs. It's okay, I do that all the time. Because if I don't, I will forget, especially on Black Mage. I will just stand in the death, and I will not care.
Just completely tunnel. I understand, believe me.
Listen, big number go burr.
I've tunneled on Black Mage before, so I completely get it.
Big number.
Ow, my leg. Oh, my leg didn't break this time. Nice.
My leg! My leg!
My legs! My loves.
Hey, yo, why he wearing buckets?
He does, in fact, have a bucket on his head, and his arms, and his feet. What are those? I'm gonna reapply that bio. I didn't put it in under chain strat. There we go. Does he have a tank buster? He sure does. Maybe I should give you this. Okay, you're good on healing for a while. Wellbore! Where did he get that drill? Samurai, I'm not going to heal you if you stand in the AoEs. You're gonna have to deal with it. There you go, come on back in. Swift Spill. I was gonna say, Cole, I think you're in the right spot, but actually, yeah, it's over here. That's okay. So he will turn while he's doing this. You just gotta keep going and try not to touch the other welling up stuff. I give you another XCOG or not? Eh. At this point, I think you're okay. I guess I could do this again. Oh, he's doing 2 tank busters. He must have heard me. Questioning.
A little angry as you might.
I guess. I think I got that in before the auto attack. Nice.
My ley lines!
Time for triple cast call. Oh good, the Vuln stack fell off. Just in time for the Samurai to get another one. That works out. I'm gonna do this real quick before this happens. We're over here this time. Time to use triple cast call.
That was absolutely mad of me.
Probably don't need this, but we'll do it anyway. Yeah, look at all those shields you had on you. Well, I don't need to heal you for a while anyway. Probably videos and music would be the best one to stick it in Lifeblood, actually. So. I'll Sacred again. Going over here. I'll hit up another chain strap. So why not? Probably should have waited till he was done throwing a hissy fit, but it's alright then. Okay. That went pretty well. I'll start up my Lucid cooldown timer now, since I guess I need the MP. I agreed on that aiming. Nobody's aiming here.
And fucking trying to keep your fucking Enochian stacks up is so goddamn hard, because I want more Fire 3! Or more Fire 4, I should say. I don't know what the number is yet, because like the safe number is you just do 3 and then go back to ice, because then you burn all your Umbral hearts. Then you just do it again.
You can do 3 or 4, and if you're under ley lines, you can do 4 or 5, depending on your spell speed. So.
I wondered why I was feeling so greedy, asking for 5 without
you can
lines.
do 5. It's just, again, it's dependent on your spell speed. So, you know what I haven't been using this whole time? That.
Man, Flare does not do enough damage.
It's because it's on everything.
I want that bitch to fucking hit like a garbage truck.
You need to use Despair then.
If only I had that.
You should.
Oh, I
It's
do.
at level 72. Yeah.
Wait. What? Hi there. Welcome to I'm Stupid. Welcome to another
use
episode
Despair
of I'm
on
Dumb.
single targets, so that way you get all the damage out for it. Can I Sacred yet?
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 Fire 4s, and then Despair.
No, I can do it. There we go. Use that last Ether Flow before Eos comes back.
My issue is that I don't have Xenoglossy yet. That's the real fucking...
Yeah, Xenoglossy hits like garbage truck too, so, but you don't get that till I think 80. So,
80.
Yeah. Are you looking
See,
for
I've been
treasure
using
bomb or
Foul. I've been
Yeah.
using Foul instead.
Yeah.
Oh, Despair really is just single target fucking... Oh
Yep.
my god, I'm stupid.
Sure is. Time to use it here. Because these things are going to rebuild themselves if we don't kill them, so... You love the Tikis from Donkey Kong Country Returns. You know, I should go back and play Donkey Kong Country Returns at some point. I haven't played it in such a long time. It feels like forever.
Oh my god, it resets your fire stacks too. That's fucking dumb!
Yeah, it does. Just like Flare. Cole,
I'm
learning Black Mage a little better.
Oh no! Mustax!
Skidoo! I don't know why I'm putting this Adlo up now. You won't need it for a while. I wonder if I can get away with chain stratting now and still have it for the boss fight. No, probably not. I think the boss fight's like right after this. The last hard pull was before we went through that door. Now pick your target. One of them still hates me. That's normal, though. I already bioed one of them, so... He was about to have my bacon. See, I love how after you get the Sacred Soil buff at level 78, you can basically just click that and be fine for most pulls. Like, obviously, if the pull is humongous, you're gonna lose a lot of HP, but... most of the time, if it's a small pull like this, I can just be like, okay, have an Adlo and a Sacred, and you're fine. You don't need healing for the rest of the pull.
This is such a goddamn... Oh, machinist gun.
Hey look, a gun. I don't know why I agreed on that casting. If anybody needs it, you need it.
The fuck is gear?
Is this golem godlike, or why does it take so long to build up? I don't know, maybe it was afraid of angering this thing. Storage. Be not afraid, my child. Be very afraid.
This thing actually has a pretty cool design.
Yeah,
I like it. I love the Light Warden designs in this expansion. Honestly, every single one of them hits.
I think they did a good job of kind of replicating the SMT design with it. I just think that
one more god reject it.
Well, that's what we're about to do. So I should reapply that bio and put it in under this. There we go. Does this guy have a buster? I don't even remember.
Yeah, you do.
I'll put up an XCOG anyway. Intestinal crank. Maybe that's the buster.
That's the buster.
That's the AoE.
Never mind. I was wrong!
You should get over here a little closer. You should, did you put your ley line down yet? No, you didn't. You should, like, ethereal manip to me before you blow up.
Ah!
I got you, I think.
I blew up.
I don't got you.
Alert. I blew up.
Breaking wheel.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I hate this boss.
Why? Because he requires you to move.
Yes!
You should just ethereal manip to me. It's fine. I think I wasted my recitation. I didn't realize Indom was still on cooldown. I should have looked. It's okay. Crystal Nail. Let's see. Heretic's Fork. So he's gonna fork, and then you'll notice the wings around the arena now. Please stop getting hit by that. So now Censure. And what that will do is it will beep a whole bunch of the other forks that are around the arena, or the wings that are around the arena, and they'll use Heretic's Fork. So you have to kind of move with it like this. Samurai, you don't attack until I heal you. There we go. Now we're okay. Okay, I gotta get over a little more. Yeah, and now we... Whoop.
I am not allowed to cast Blizzard.
I was standing in that one. That's my bad. Okay. Intestinal Crank. You put it from this point. That's fine.
I cast Mana Ward on myself that time. I remembered.
That is good. Because I can't recitation Indom that until after this one right here, so... matter of fact, do this first of all. That was a big shield. Alright, so what are we up to this time? Breaking wheel. And you can probably guess what's about to happen. He's gonna do it with all the other ones too. And it starts over here. For it. Okay. Here. And then he'll do it again at the end of the whole thing, so just keep moving. I should buy out, actually. Okay. So yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad at all.
Just a little movement, that's all.
And if you're on Black Mage, any movement is pain.
I mean, you can triple cast.
True, that's what it's for.
That's what it's for. I was anticipating an AoE.
Me too.
He just, oh, there it is, okay. Probably gonna be another one. Yep. That's okay. Matter of fact, here. For the next one. I should just give Marie Ether Pact at this point. Never have to heal in a boss fight ever again, just use Ether Pact. Sorry, Cole, I had to put that one slightly outside your range.
I'll move!
Okay, Crystal Nail, go. This one's probably gonna be, yeah, I was gonna say, this one's probably gonna be.
Yep.
Yep. There goes the Samurai, so you're doing the LB, my friend.
Yup. As soon as this mechanic's over.
Yep.
Assuming it's not dead.
True. about that one. But was
Stole
it
my
worth
damn
it?
LB.
But was it worth it? No.
No, all I've done is crush my dreams.
I don't have the MP to revive you right now. I apologize.
Boom! You acquired a Naboth rod.
Hey. Very nice.
And also I'm level 78.
Ring out the church bells. God is dead.
Ding dong, the angel's dead.
It really
Bing
is a
bong.
biblically accurate angel. And they're gonna have me absorb this in the dungeon for some reason? Why not just wait until the cutscene afterwards like you've done for every other... You know what? This game just follows its own rules. I should stop questioning. I won't, but I should. So... Missed something. How did I hit 900 MP? So I had to keep reviving the samurai, and that costs like 2,400. So, yeah. And I mean, I was hitting Lucid on cooldown, so it's not like it was that. I also used Etherflow on cooldown, so it wasn't that either. Maybe it's because I was giving you Adlo instead of just raw healing you. I don't know. Yeah, they kept standing in mechanics, which is fine, but they won't get my command!
To be fair, I kept standing in mechanics.
Yeah, but you learned.
It was also because I'm playing Black Mage, and Black Mages have the excuse of tunnel vision.
It's true. Well, that
Have
was
any idea how easy it is to fucking tunnel on Black Mage?
Well, that was weird. My cough came back, but only for the briefest moment.
Enhanced Enochian 2!
Sorry, Suki, I'm not giving you a commend. You stood in mechanics for no goddamn reason. Naboth Planisphere. I don't play Astro anymore, so feel free, Marie. Well, you're a black mage, you know, no armor or health at all, so don't stand in the AoEs. Is there a difference, the faceplate? Yeah, I think so, because most biblically accurate angels are more eyes, aren't they? Like, they have a lot of wings, but they also have a lot of eyes, too, so...
Eyes, rings, wings. That's the biblically accurate angel template.
Yeah. Those travelers made it all the way to Nabatha Reng.
But what the fuck are they gonna find in there? That well's been dry for years.
But when Urianger told me the Talos was in pieces, and the trolley didn't look much better, I couldn't help wondering what in the hell's had gone on.
Yeah, fair enough. One man with plot armor derailed us, literally.
Again, are you gonna name this episode Derailed?
I could. I had a better idea for the name, though.
Malding?
You can say that.
No.
What the? Are you seeing this?
You'll see when I put it up. I have a really good idea for the second half of the Sigmascape for a title of the video. Like, we're not talking Googleplex and the Pirate Bay levels of good, but it's pretty fucking far up there. I can't wait until people see what it is so they can all get angry at me for putting it in there.
I would die laughing if at some point or another we just fucking cut open the night sky, kill the light warden, the night sky comes back, it's like, look, the night's disappearing, it's just the middle of day.
We just
Damn it!
We just get out of the dungeon, it's just like 3 in the afternoon. Ah, fuck.
Well, they'll figure it out tonight.
Yeah, no, when they bring the night sky back, it's good. I just wish that they kept doing what they did at the end of the first dungeon in this game, where they had you shoot a satellite beam out of your arm after you killed the Light Warden, and you literally split the sky in two to the point where the pall of light just destroyed itself. They never do that again after the first dungeon, and they use it to create conflict. That's why I was coughing just there, because I didn't let any of the light ether out of my body like I did in the first dungeon. They just don't let you fire the laser ever again.
And I keep telling you, it would be fine if they just went, oh, okay, here's an idea, here's a fantastic idea, here's a great idea. Shoot the satellite beam every single time, split the night sky in every single one of the cutscenes, and still have your character suffer the adverse effects of the light!
Yeah, so either shoot the beam every time or don't shoot it at all, but don't shoot it once and then never shoot it again and tell me, oh, there's conflict now, because now the conflict is...
To be fair, if you never shot it in the first place, you'd probably still be pissed at it, because you're like, why can't I expel the light ether from my body?
I'd be pissed at it, but I wouldn't be as pissed at it as here, because here it just feels like it's half-assed. Like they gave you something cool to do, and then they took it away from you and said, now we're going to make conflict out of it. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Home to our dear Lord Vorthry, who will no doubt do everything in his power to thwart us.
Didn't he already do most of what's in his power? Oh, but we have not yet begun to fight!
For defeat there would spell the end for both him and
You know, I find it amusing the Scions are like getting all like hyped to go off, invade Calusia, and kick the Lights Warden shit in. And they haven't even at all considered the idea that Yulmore is full of people who don't give a shit about basically anything.
And also that Vothry's the Light Warden. Because apparently Alphanode seems to think that there's some unknown heavenly host providing Vothry with power at this point. Even though he has no evidence showing it, but we have mounds of evidence that says that Vothry's a Light Warden. What the fuck? You know, Eternal Day is bad for plants. It sure is.
There the fate of this star shall be decided.
Although the Raktika Greatwood only grew up in the, I think, because of the Pall of Light, so... Or no, actually I think it grew after Ronka fell, and that was 3,000 years ago. The Pall's only been here for 100, so... Maybe they just grew a little more.
Also, we just missed the night theme in Amarang, and I'm mad, because it's one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah, I really like the night theme here too, but it's past 6 a.m., so we missed it, so we get lo-fi beats again. Not his actual power, yeah. Might be, might not be, we'll see. I'm sure it will grant them some comfort before they get poisoned to death. That's the plan. Okay, so that gets us one of our quest ether currents. We'll come back and get the rest in a little bit. First, let's go take more than a hunch back to the Crystarium. Excuse me. Well, you did see its ether. It almost killed... Well, it didn't kill me, but it definitely made me cough. No, let's not say it's probably nothing. Y'shtola had misgivings about this. Urianger had misgivings about this. You're now having misgivings about this. Let's not say it's nothing, please. They won't let me shoot the satellite laser anymore. It's Vothry. Please stop. Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Vothry.
Yeah, that guy.
Balthry.
She does see it too, so we can blame Square Enix for not letting me shoot it off and creating this conflict.
So remember the characters of each member of the Scions? Y'shtola didn't do shit about the situation, and she wanted to last night, Warren, and Reen can see her later, and she doesn't say shit either. So why? We literally checkmated ourselves the moment we choose to say do nothing. I will scream. I will fucking so scream that the entire universe will be able to hear and partake in my anguish.
It'll be like that episode where Vegeta screams in TFS Abridged, and they just hear it at Earth 20 years later.
Daddy?
God damn it. Okay, so they're sending us back to the Crystarium, which means this is a good time to call it a day. Even though we're gonna go to sleep after.
Thank fucking God.
But yeah, so we'll figure out, you know, this whole situation with the Light Ether. Probably not on the next episode of Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, the Stream Edition, because next time we have to keep healing a poison tomorrow. We have to go get Ether Currents, and we have to do role quests. So we'll go work on that. Probably on Monday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We might do a little bit of the next Omega quests as well before that one's over, just so that way I can kind of be like, okay, Call, so role quests, the Crystarium deliveries you want to do, the 4 Ether Currents you want to do, and then Omega. Or we'll split that in two, and we'll do the role quests and the deliveries and the Omega stuff, and then you can take a break. And then we'll do the 4 Ether Currents and the Omega stuff, and then you can take another break. And then we'll go from there. I don't know, but we'll figure it out by the time Monday comes around, I think. So thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. I'll post the schedule up on Twitch, not Twitter, YouTube, and Discord. I still haven't gotten used to that. As soon as I get this description and everything done for this one. So until next week, everybody, again, probably on Monday, take care, and have a good one. There's an Amaro hatchling next to us.
Kawaii des!